Yo, 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 what is good, nation? Welcome to a brand new episode of Raiders Unfiltered. We are your hosts. I am Jay Raider. This is my guy, Primos, to my left, on my right, and then my guy, Raider Will, Silver and Black Radio Podcast.
Yay,
Appreciate you guys
yay!
tapping in and rocking with us
Whoop, whoop.
on this Monday afternoon, Monday night, wherever y'all be at. I appreciate you guys pulling up. We got an action-packed show. We got a lot to unpack, to be honest with y'all. So, man, get ready. We're about to go ahead and bring it, y'all. So, again, appreciate you guys tapping. Let's go ahead and kick this thing off, y'all. Countdown to Raiders training camp has begun. Raiders training camp officially kicks off tomorrow. Finally, hold on. Let me do
Football's
my
here.
Finally, football. Raiders football is back to Las Vegas.
Let's
Hey,
go.
Charging y'all for
Football
that.
is
If
around
y'all
the
want a
corner.
personalized
No.
message, I charge. Okay, so I'm just kidding. But finally, Raiders football is back, y'all. We're about to go ahead and get this preseason underway. We're starting off with training camp, and like I said earlier, we got a lot to unfold, y'all. Things have been happening within the last few hours. I'm like, what is going on, yo? Of course, things would go ahead and happen as soon as we're about to go ahead and officially start kicking off our preseason. And so let's go ahead and begin with the Raider news. We had this earlier today. Miles Sanders worked out with the team today. Let me go ahead and pull this up. According to Jeremy Fowler, Pro Bowl running back Miles Sanders worked out with the Raiders. Per source, Sanders is a free agent, is fully cleared from a knee injury that required surgery and cut short his 2025 season in Dallas. So he was out there in Henderson. He was in the building. He was working out. As of yet, I have not seen anything that there has been a deal made, but as of right now, Miles Sanders worked out with the team. What do you guys think? How do y'all feeling about this? Primos, I'm gonna start with you, bro, because you're the one who put this out there in our chat. So
Yes,
what's your
suggesting
thoughts?
the talk. We were talking about running backs, and the news just popped up that we were going to give Miles Sanders a visit, a workout. I'm not really like too, like it doesn't move the needle for me. I'm not like is he gonna make, they're gonna sign him. I don't
Right.
think they will sign him. I think they're probably bringing him in to just see what he has. Maybe how does that knee do? But I mean, also it is a pretty young running back room. You got Ashton Genty going into year 2. You got Mike Washington Jr. going into his rookie year. Dylan Labe going into year 3, I believe, and he hasn't really lived up to the expectation that most people have put on him. He's more of that special teams guy. We got Roman Hemby, another rookie coming into the building. So you do need some veteran presence in that room. So it does make sense that, Spytech and the front office is, they're doing their due diligence, so to speak, to go look for a veteran running back that can possibly, maybe help coach these, be a player's coach to these young running backs, give some, veteran intel on, maybe some things that they can learn, especially at Mike Washington. He's already got the expectation coming into the building that he's going to be running back to Ashton Genty and get a lot of burn in his rookie year. So it does make sense to bring in a Miles Sanders that one thing about Miles Sanders that he brings is the receiving game, that he is a very, very impactful in the receiving game. And Ashton Genty has showed he can be an impactful player in the receiving game, but do you want your number one running back to be, getting impacted in the receiving game and in the running game? We talked about many times that Ashton Genty, what is their way to limit his carries, limit his workload? And if Miles Sanders is a piece to that you can limit his workload, then yeah, go ahead and give him a cheap deal, or even just sign him to a cheap deal to see what he can bring in preseason. And again, give him a true shot. But does that take away from the young guys? That does. But again, this is a young room. But having said that, I think if they wanted to go a veteran presence in a needy room, I would have looked to a veteran wide receiver before I'm looking to a veteran running back.
Cool. Will, brother, what are your
Man,
thoughts?
I don't want to be hearing no limit my man's freaking carries and touches. I mean, like, you're the 6th pick in the draft, and we want to limit. We draft a backup running back, and now you want to draft another running back to take the ball more out of his hands, bro? What you want this man to do? Just bring the sodas and the towels? I'll be like, hey, bro, 6th round, first pick in the draft, number 6, and we just going to bring the sodas and the towels. That's what you're going to do. Nah, man. Hey, this is just us looking at a guy, bro, bringing him in for a possibility and a look at what he can do, right? I'm telling you right now, who's really on the alert is Dylan Labe. Dylan Labe right now ain't sleeping too good, baby. Hey, man, he's sweating. I mean, like, you think I'm hot right now. That man is having some nightmares at camp because this is the year that he might get cut. Look at the ability that this guy has. Miles Sanders has the same abilities that Dylan Labe has. So if you're looking for a running back, to me, this is like a special teams move. Because to me, you got your 1 and 2, bro. You don't need a 3 and a 4. I mean, like, bro, how many running backs do we need? I'll be like, you got Roman Hemby coming in. I'll be like, is Roman Hemby not cutting it? I'll be like, is there something that you don't like? You know? Hey, we got to look at all that and just keep it a spade, right? But, hey, man, I'm telling you like this. You have to turn every stone. You have to look out for things. But he's not going to come in here and we looking at him to take away touches from my boy Ashton Jesse, bro. I'll be like, we ain't drinking the same Kool-Aid there. Because if you're taking
the Jim Jones Kool-Aid, dog.
I mean, like, hey, whatever you're drinking on, I'll be like, bro. Yeah. Because, I mean, like, to me, he's just not that type of guy, and you don't do that to the guy that you drafted at 6.
Right.
Let's see what Ashton Jesse has, right? Now, if this guy comes in and you're saying, hey, special teams-wise, he can do some things that these other guys can't, cool. But I don't want to hear that this guy's going to come in here and take 1/3 of the receiving receptions from Ashton Jesse. And then we're going to take away 1/3 or half of the touches from Ashton Jesse in the backfield with another running back when we just drafted this guy at 6.
Yeah.
Bro, you got to let a dude cook. I'll be like, I don't know about you, Poppy, but I need to be in the kitchen if I'm in there trying to make me bake a cake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I need to be in there do my thing. But you can't have me on the sideline and being like, oh, man, hey, why are you ain't producing? Because I ain't in the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so at the end of the day, I'll be like, again, I think this one, I mean, like, I wanted, if we had The Price is Right in news, right? Like news-wise, right? The little music, it would be like, dun, 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 and like, dun, yeah. As in news-wise, bro. This is what I feel like this.
Let me play one more time, bro.
Hey, baby, I'm just keeping. Hey, when I saw it come across the board, I was like, oh no, I can't believe we're gonna have to touch on this subject. Bringing in an eighth string running back. Yeah,
damn, bro, that's a nasty word.
Man.
I'm in the same boat. I mean, I'm in the same boat with Primo. It don't move the needle to me, dog. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Like,
yeah,
I consider like if we bring him in, it's gonna be a depth piece. That's it. And that means they don't like Collier or somebody like else down the pole. That's not named like Ashton Jesse and Mike Washington. That's kind of what it is. So, yeah, for me, it doesn't really move the needle. So, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye out on it. As of right now, nothing has been said. So no news as of yet. But before I got some other news,
building, baby.
So shout out to our guys if you're in the building.
Yeah.
Get them in a second. We got some other news we got some other rating news that just dropped as well. Pretty much just shot it over. But before I go ahead and get into that, let's go ahead and do a quick roll call and salute the chat again. Appreciate everyone who's pulled up and is rocking with us on this Monday night, Monday afternoon, wherever you guys be at. Real quick shout out to our brother CGR in the building. What is good? What is good, my guy? Salute, salute. Shout out to Jack in the building. What is the deal, my guy?
Jack.
Crown in the building. What's good? What's good? The Oos. Lecky in the building.
Lecky.
Pulling up. My guy Raider Ryan in the building. One of my members here at Just Raiders. And if you want to be like my guy Ryan right here, become a member. Be a part of the family, the JRB family. I got my link pinned up top. It's all now just one price. You get everything. I say everything for $5. $5 on $5 a month. So you get
oh, man.
Right.
I don't want to know what you be doing for $5 there, Jay.
Hey, bro. I bet you do want to know what I do. You'd be like, oh man.
You be flashing that $5 bill real quick.
He's like, good morning, Vietnam.
Here's a Mr. Lincoln for you.
Come here, buddy. What content you got for me? Shout out to Raider Paul in the building. Already with the hold on, dog. Oh, there you go, my guy. Salute. Appreciate you pulling up. SA Big Dog. What is good, my guy? Salute to you.
Salute.
And our brother here, Severe in the building. He says Miles Sanders is a vet. I don't see him getting too excited about having play on special teams. Maybe a camp body situation to have a veteran running back out there to be an example for the youngsters. All right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it would just kind of be a def piece on that. Yeah, it's not going to be like, oh my god, we got Miles Sanders. We're gonna be fucking.
We're going to the Super Bowl.
Running over motherfuckers this season for sure.
Hey, Raider, we're going to the Super Bowl.
We're going to the Super Bowl. We got Miles Sanders. Watch out.
Watch out, Chiefs. We're gonna wreck the division, bro. That's it.
Not only do we suck, we really suck now.
Shout out to Roseanne in the building. Salute.
Good,
We're gonna get to that, dog. We're gonna get to that. All right. So, like I said, we got some other rating news as well that just kind of went down just a little bit ago. Let me go ahead and pull that up. So we did have some action roster wise. So the following players have been waived: Jonathan Brady, Chris Thomas, and the big Oos, Lucky Tossie, has been waived for the moment. Now, it doesn't mean that he's completely off. They can decide to go ahead and bring him back. We've seen that happen in the past. But the Raiders, on the flip side, have signed linebacker Buddy Johnson, defensive end Patrick Johnson, and wide receiver Devin Tompkins. So that is currently the roster moves that were made just a bit ago. So, again, Lucky Tossie, man, the Oos. The Oos, man, he got away. Poor guy, man. But wherever he may land, whether he comes back or he goes somewhere else, wish him all the luck. We were just talking about him last week, which is crazy. So, well, this shit happens sometimes.
Hey,
so
this is the business, bro.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, bro, we just talked about him last week.
Yeah, man. So hey, shit happens, man. What can you say? But all right, let's go. Hey, let's get into it, bro. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Shit that literally just dropped a bit ago. It's literally hit all over social media right now. It's literally going over all the airwaves right now. Veteran defensive tackle Vita Vea has come into a contract dispute with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and has officially requested a trade. Now, this is the thing, and again, this was put out there earlier. Actually, damn, I should have had that ready. you sent it to me, right? Pretty much okay, here we go. Let me flip it to here. So per Ted Nguyen, he comes out and posts this on Twitter. He says, from a source, Vita Vea says he wants to go to either California or the Raiders. So boom, 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 boom. Well, that's the price is right. But dun, 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 I don't have that sound effect, so I gotta do it with my mouth. No, there you go. There you have it. There you have it. Now you're like, okay, Jay, we've heard this shit before. And I told these two dudes here, I was like, you know, we get put in.
Everybody's linked to the Raiders, right?
Everybody's linked to the Raiders. But then I kind of like paused and I thought about it, and I'm like, okay, what's up? What's up here? I'm like, I forgot that Spy Tech is from Tampa Bay. And guess what? We kind of have a need for a nose tackle. And guess what position Vita Vea plays? Nose tackle. So some of these things are kind of lining up now. It could be just smoke. Could there be some fire behind it? We don't know. But this is currently the thing that's floating out there, and it's kind of picking up wind. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask you guys, what are your thoughts? Are you guys open to go ahead and go after this trade? Or you guys are like, nah, we good. We're just gonna go ahead and continue focusing on our rebuild. You know, we'll go ahead and draft a guy next year or whatever. What are you guys' thoughts? I'm gonna go to Will first this time. Let me know, brother.
Man, as much as I want to say I would love to have Vita Vea on this team, it's like, hey, bro, what are you charging me? What do you want for Vita Vea? Right? If he comes up to me and he tells me he wants a fourth round pick, hey, baby, I love you. I'll take it. If anything higher than that for Vita Vea, I'm like, I'm sorry because of his age, man. I just don't see him being a long-term solution. And if you got a top 3 pick, that's going to be a guy that can fill in for the next 4 years on this team. And that's a huge difference. We're not in the win right now situation. If we were going to the playoffs, man, and we were one guy away,
yeah,
give them whatever they want and get this man, because this dude is a monster. Vita Vea is legit. He's a legit dude. He's a legit freak. You have to respect that man.
Yeah.
But
definitely we should have got him earlier, bro, for sure.
Yeah. And it's the cost, honestly, bro. Because if you're giving up a first or a second to get a guy for 1 or 2 years, what are we doing?
I'm gonna hold on to that thought. I'm gonna pause you right there real quick. I'm gonna break this down. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. Okay. Primos, give me your initial thoughts. Are you for it, against it? What are your current thoughts right now?
Now, we talked about it last week with the Justin Jefferson situation. And you know, Raider Will pointed it out. We're in a rebuild. You know, we're not in a win now situation. If it's a first or a second, which, come on, you can't. Bucks are not going to be trading away a bag of chips for Vita Vea or receiving a bag of chips from the Raiders. They're going to ask for a good price for Vita Vea. Now, him requesting a trade, does that hurt his value? I believe so. I think Spytek's going to know, like, hey, he does not want to be there. We could give him what he wants, which is a new contract. But again, the Bucks, I can see them playing hardball. But also on the flip side of that, Ted Nugent said he wants to go to California or the Raiders. There's another team in California that is loading up on defense. And I don't know who's giving, them extra cash in their cap or whatever, but they've been making moves all off season, and they continue. And there's AD maybe coming back. Could you imagine a line with Myles Garrett, AD, and Vita Vea? I mean, bro, just give them the chip. All they have to do is stay healthy. I'm keeping that in mind, that I know a lot of people will believe, like, oh, he can come to the Raiders. He can come to the Raiders. Well, there's another California team that is very, very highly to getting him another championship. So it wouldn't shock me if he favors the Rams over the Raiders. Now, would I love a Vita Vea to Will's point? Of course. Just like I would love a Justin Jefferson. It is a position of need, and we need a nose tackle big time. And Vita Vea will be a day one starter. That is a need that is not a need anymore once you add him to this team. Pairing him with Max Crosby, that takes all the pressure off of Max Crosby. But at the end of the day, what is it going to cost you? And rumors saying that it could be a 3rd round pick, a 4th round pick. I don't think if the Bucks do that, then hey, Spytech, you are the GOAT, bro. Like for fleecing the Bucks, if that's what you get Vita Vea for, and you just sending the Bucks a 4th round pick. That is like us drafting Jermod McCoy in the 4th round. It's a risk, but it's a 4th rounder at the end of the day. It's not really a big deal. But yeah, to Will's point, you're trading a 2nd or a 1st. You got too much unknown with this team to bank on that Jack Besh is going to be your number 1 receiver, to bank on that Vita Vea is going to come in and hopefully not tickle any feet. We had a defensive tackle that we brought in that played 1 year and then it ended up, not working out.
Part of a 1 year.
Yeah. My point is there's no guarantee it's going to work out. And we're not in a situation to just bank on that. Oh, he's going to come in here day one and our defense is going to be a top 15. Jack Besh is going to take that next leap and Genty's going to take that next leap. Is everything going to work out? We don't know. That's my point. You want to go into the 2027 offseason with your full draft capital in case you need to, again, load up on this roster. And if you trade any of that draft capital away, you're shooting yourselves in the foot. Just like I said last week with the Justin Jefferson trade. If it doesn't work out, you just set yourself back another 2 to 3 years. And Spytech and Kubiak, that is something you don't want to do because then that is how you're going to lose your job.
Yeah. All right. So for me, this thing kind of piqued my interest, bro. Ideally, in a perfect world, I would like to go ahead and try to go after this trade for Vea, bro. But there's a few variables that I feel that are not gonna line up for this to go ahead and happen now. And I'm not saying it's not completely out of the realm. It definitely could, but there's a few things that I kind of started looking at that I see how is this gonna actually really work. So for one, I mean, yes, getting him would definitely boost up our defense, but are we in the right time frame during this first initial year of rebuild? Mm-hmm. Are we in the right time frame to go ahead and make a move like that, right? And Vita Vea is not a cheap dude. It's not like we're paying $8-10 million. It's not that. Let me go ahead and expand on that, as you say. So currently, his contract is $17 million. $17 million. He is on his final year of his contract. He is a free agent next year. So obviously, he's trying to go ahead and get that contract. He's trying to go ahead and possibly, most likely, most of these guys are trying to look for a long-term type of deal with a good amount of guaranteed money behind that. So with that being said, at the moment where we currently sit at, as far as in cap space, we're at about 14.5. So which means if we just went we traded draft picks, we're gonna be over the cap. Ain't gonna work. So what does that mean? Most likely we're probably gonna have to go ahead and give up something more than a draft pick. It's probably gonna be a player to go ahead and kind of offload this, lower this cap space so it can make it work, right? Mm-hmm. So now you're most likely looking at a player and maybe a draft pick, and you could probably go now lower in the draft, depending who you're gonna send. Our guy Samir said
Jack Besh, bro.
He's like Jack Besh, right?
Hell yeah!
Big name Jack Besh, right?
Hey, bro, if they say Jack Besh, bro, why are we signing him right now? Sign on the dotted right, pronto.
So but that means you're gonna give up a player and maybe a draft pick. I don't know. That's all Spite is. Willing to You can give up a 6, and depending, you can put out there a Malcolm Kuntz. You can put out there a Jack Besh. I don't know about Jack Besh necessarily being like, okay, that guy sounds good. Let's get him. I don't know, right? All depends on where the Bucks at right now. I'm saying if they're going to lose a defensive tackle, they might want to go ahead and kind of replace that same position if they can, or get somebody who can be able to possibly play that position. I'm thinking like Adam Butler. You can also roll in Malcolm Kuntz. We kept Malcolm Kuntz on a 1 year, not super expensive, but a $10 million deal for a 1 year. It's substantial. That could be another move. I don't know. But this goes into my next question, and I got this is where I'm like, hold on, pump the brakes. I want everybody to let me know down below if you guys are for the trade, you guys are against it, and if you're for it, what would you go ahead and give up for Vea? Let me know. All right, Primos.
Okay.
What would you trade?
Okay.
Let's make a deal.
Of course, I would want a Vita Vea. And I like what Dixon said. Michael Mayer has been on, the trade talks like for what, the past 2 years. You could send them a fourth with Michael Mayer. But to your point, Jay, now that you mentioned Adam Butler, I mean, that makes sense in itself tut. Like, you got
and 805. I'm sorry if you're gonna hate me, or you're probably not gonna be friends after this, bro. It's not.
He's gonna come in here. Don't you talk about Adam Butler.
But I gotta think about it from like, if I'm gonna wear my GM hat, Adam Butler doesn't sound too bad to go ahead and ship off to. And he had a pretty cool year last year, and then that's definitely something you can go ahead and sales pitch if you're trying to work out a trade. So I don't know, but I'm sorry, bro. And if he ain't in here, you're gonna watch a replay. I'm bad, dog.
I think what would I trade for Vita Vea? I think it would be Michael Mayer. Yeah. It would be a player, and that player would be either Michael Mayer or, to your point, Adam Butler and a fourth. It would be a late round pick. I wouldn't do anything higher than a fourth.
Okay. Wow. Man. Adam Butler
or Michael Mayer.
Fourth. Or Michael for a fourth? Dang, and a fourth? Damn, dog. Okay. Shit. Okay.
Hey, if you could go lower and get a fifth or a sixth.
His own, bro. But all right. No, you're gonna stick with that. Cool. That's your is that your final answer? All right, I'm gonna stick with that.
Well, I'll stick with it. I'm gonna stick on business. I'm gonna stand on business.
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right, baby. This is what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. First of all, I'm taking the Gulfstream first class down there to Florida, to Tampa Bay.
Damn,
I'm walking in with all the swagger. I'm coming in and I'm going like, hey, Vita Vea, you gotta come into us, bro. And if you come into us, I need you to come in at a little disky account. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna send you over there on this freaking private jet. We can get you all nice. We're gonna get you all sedity, man. Make sure we take good care of you, but you got to take care of us. I don't want you at this $18 million price tag. They don't want you here. We want you, but we need a little discount so that way we can build some more players around. And I'm not giving up no Adam Butler. I'm telling you right now. I'd be like, bro,
look at his ears are rooting.
Yo, to me, if you put this guy out there that you're gonna get Vita Vea and bring him in, you don't trade Adam Butler, because I think you have Adam Butler there for Vita Vea to teach. If there's somebody that has to take over Vita Vea, like we said, he's 37 years old, bro. He's only going to be playing 2 more years. So why would we trade?
Vita's 30.
Vita's 30?
Yeah.
31, bro.
Then yeah, bro.
He just turned 31 in February. Yeah, he just turned 31 in February.
Oh, yeah, then you got to get rid. Then I'm with you guys. I thought he was 37 for some reason.
No. But I mean, this kind of goes over against the youth movement a little bit, because he's just that over the 30 mark, over the hill 30, whatever
Max
you want
is
to call
29.
it. Yeah, but he's still in the 20s, bro. It still counts, dog. I'm about to be 42, but I'm technically 41. You know what I mean? Like that fucking
No, you
year
50,
counts.
bro.
I'm
You
holding on
50.
to it, bro.
Hey, bro.
I'm adding
You
more
50.
years.
I've seen you moving around, bro. You moving like a 65-year-old man at 40, homie.
Bro, I
Damn,
got to stretch. Bro, I got to stretch to get up. That's how bad. No, I'm just kidding, bro.
But I'm just saying, okay, at 30 years old, I could see why we'd have to. I would package Butler. I could see a package with Butler and Jack Bash.
Okay.
I'd give you Jack Bash. I'd give you
Oh,
Jack
just
Bash.
players only then?
Yeah, players only.
Players
I'm not
only,
going to give
no
you
draft picks.
Yeah, and I'm going to try to make it so maybe a Malcolm Kuntz. You know, if they're interested in a Malcolm Kuntz, I don't want to trade draft picks because I don't want to trade my future.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you some current players that have some upside, maybe that I might not see that are suitable in my defense or whatever. But for me, I'm telling you like this: we can't rob Peter to pay Paul, right? We can't freaking to supplement something that we got right now, give up something for the future because this team isn't built to win right now.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that's why it's more important that we keep draft picks, that we keep guys that are, younger. But I mean, when I see Jack Besh, okay, I don't see what the upside is to this kid. In college, I get it; he caught everything. But to me, he wasn't in a situation that was. He was vital. He was vital. You know what I mean? In a big organization. So I was like, you know what, bro? Like, trading a Jack Besh, giving up Adam Butler to get Vita Vea, bro. Like, you're giving them something they might be looking at. Plus you're replacing their defensive tackle. Fuck. Yeah. If they even asked me for that and a Malcolm Kuntz, why not? At this stage in the season, why not?
Oh my God. I was waiting for it, bro. I was like checking the comments. I'm like, hold on.
But I'd be like,
nothing up, dog.
But no, I get what he says.
Though. About Adam Butler, and I'm like, I'm triggering.
So, hey, 805 hit me up with this last time, right? He said, hey, that he had been looking at tape of Adam Butler playing in a 3-4 defense with the Patriots and stuff like that. So I had to go back and educate myself. Because I'm like, hey, what is it that 805 loves so much about Adam Butler? Right? And it's the versatility.
Yeah.
That's what, like, honestly, as a defensive coordinator, he can do a lot of things.
Right.
And I can see that. Now, Vita Vea, we know what he is, bro. He's a straight fucking dog. Now, let me ask you like this. If you had the options between Vita Vea and Adam Butler, I think all of us would take a Vita Vea.
Vita. Yeah, I'll take Vita.
I'll be like, or am I not correct there, 805? I'll be like, if 805, I'm going to ask 805 right now in the chat. 805, if you have a defense and you're the defensive coordinator right now, who are you taking? I'm like, are you going to run your defense around Adam Butler or Vita Vea? Oh, I like what Sabir just said right now. You see, he said trade Jack Bash to Cammy Richards and a bear.
Fucking Sabir's trying to fucking put up a yard sale, dog. Just take all the old shit. Take all the old useless shit. Just take it. Go.
But
go.
You know what's bro, here's the crazy thing, right? Hey, we just talked about Jack Bash, and people think of Jack Bash of that, bro. Like he's yesterday's news. Like this guy hasn't done shit.
Well, he's still unproven, bro, and I think that's kind of what the question mark that dangles, right? I mean, look, his reps were limited, right? And we argued. Well, we didn't even argue. We just talked about it last week, and we said like, what didn't he do to get more reps or start?
Yeah,
right. But on the flip side too. But on the flip side, too, we know that Pete Carroll's decision-making was super sus, bro. So you have those two things that kind of conflict. And now with Clint Kubiak here, we're going to find out. But if you want to go, and this is the thing, this is Spy's guy. So I think he's going to make the ultimate ruling here. And, well, he should make the ultimate ruling. But I'm pretty sure Clint's going to be like, hey, you got to do what you got to do. If you're going to ship him out, cool. If you don't, you don't. You know, could that be the like maybe a caveat? I think that's maybe something you can potentially use to like sweeten the deal. But and my bad, bro. As I told the 805, I'm sorry, bro. I love you, bro. But I think Adam Butler in the trade situation for me, I would probably put Adam Butler and maybe like a 6th or 7th round pick, a way lower draft pick. If we're gonna do that combination, or you can do
This
Adam
is straight
Butler.
fleecing the Bucks. I mean, like you're taking the Bucks out to the. If the Bucks sign
Bro.
that, bro, hey, I can already
Bro,
see.
you're getting
Bucks
Adam.
fans.
Hold on, wait. I wasn't even. Oh, that's just one scenario, bro. This is just one scenario. I wasn't done
He
yet.
said Adam Butler and a 6th round pick.
And it's just fucking take it, bro. There you go. Good. I'll throw in Jack.
And
I'll throw in Jack.
chuleta.
Wait, hold
He's
on.
like, I got
Where's
some
Severe? Like throw Jack Best, bro. There you go, bro. There you go. So you can start talking about food now. Or you can put in a Malcolm Coos in that situation, bro. And you can probably go ahead and trade away a different. But you have a Michael Mayer will probably be something that kind of makes more sense in that situation too, right? So
I could see that.
you're not giving up any draft capital. I don't know, and you're going to be able to go ahead and clear that cap to be able to go ahead and pay Vita. I mean, most likely you're going to go ahead and redo the deal anyhow. To probably, I'm just taking a wild guess. Don't quote me on it. Don't hold me to it. I'm thinking like a 3-year deal with like a 2-year guarantee. You know, two of those years fully guaranteed, or
I can see that.
Yeah, something along to that effect where, you know, they do like a very small amount for that 3rd year. So if they want to go ahead and part ways, it's very insignificant where it's going to be like a detrimental cap hit or anything like that, right? That could be the kind of deal that they would make from that trade, because he's still going to want that money. That's the thing that we forget, because you got to trade the motherfucker. You got to trade for the motherfucker, and you still got to pay whatever he wants to go ahead.
Now it's your turn with the contract negotiation.
Hey, so that's where I go like, hey, and I like what Jay just said, because like that connection with Spytech, that might be the trade that you make, and you go like, hey, homie, like I said, give me that homie discount. Give me that. Hey, I'm taking care of you, homie. You 30 right now. I take care of you till you're 35. Let's extend this money out till you're 35.
Wow, 4 years. Goddamn, bro. Woo.
4 years. You could extend it 4 years. Extend it or whatever my stay is. You know, if he wants that security, I say, hey, man, I have 2 or 3 years left on my contract. As long as I'm here, I'll make sure that you're here. 34 years old. Bro, a 31-year-old to 32-year-old Vita Vea is better than half these fucking guys that are at 28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've been craving for pressure up the middle. Like we've been begging for it as a fan base to open up Max, open up the edge rushers. Vita Vea coming in takes all the problems away. He'll put pressure on the quarterback. That way the quarterback can't step up, and he could plug up the middle and help you in the run game. He could do it all.
Yeah. I'm asking. So is he 30 or 31? Because Alex is saying
31.
that he's 30.
He just turned 30. No, he just turned 31. I have it here. I have Spot Trek up on my end. His birthday is February 5th, 1995. So he just turned 31. He's 31 and a half.
Then you give him a 3-year contract till he's 34.
Yeah, there you go.
You say, hey, you give him that 3-year. You say, hey, man, let's extend this money out.
I'll give you two guarantees.
I think 2 fully guaranteed. He would
2 fully guaranteed. You'll be good. You know, you'll be taken care of. You know, well, like give me a little bit of discount on this first year. I'll make it up to you next year, and then 3rd year we can go ahead and either renegotiate.
It'll be a big sploosh.
You want to go ahead and test the market again? By all means. No ill or no bad blood or anything you want to say. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. That's what I would do. If it were to happen, it would go down.
And I think the connection with Spytech, that matters, because I think Vita will be open to hearing him out.
Big time.
Yeah, because he will be open to hearing him out. Like, okay, what is your plan, Spy? Like, tell me what your plan. What are you going to pay me?
especially if Spy's a straight shooter like he's known to be. Like, yo, he's just gonna be like, look, man, this is what it is, you know, and like, hey, this is what we can do.
Yeah, he's not gonna play no games. Basically, he's not gonna be.
And then he can be like that straight up. So yeah, I could see that's the only way though. We have to make salary cap room for him. So we have to send out players, you know.
There you go. The relationship is real, you know, and then Spy being there for so many years, you already know. He was involved. He was there. I don't know. I can't say for sure. Like he was part of him bringing him over, but I'm pretty sure that he had some type of like he had his hand in the nitty gritty to go ahead and make that happen over there in Tampa Bay. So, yeah, man. I mean that relationship is real. So that's why I think now this is kind of gaining more steam is because of the fact of this relationship and John Spytek being in Tampa Bay for so many years. I mean, he
knows what Vita will bring to the table.
Yeah, exactly. hold on, fellas. I don't be. But Alex, he said Vita wanting 25 to 30 million a year would hamper our future cap. Where did Vita Vea come out saying that he wanted 25 to 30 million dollars?
I think he's averaging right now. I think he's averaging like hold on.
It was 18 mil.
Like 14.
Yeah.
No, it's 7. Well, he's due for 17 this year, right?
Yeah.
But I think his average was like 14, 15 million per. That's what he's averaging. So normally you would probably ask. I don't see more than 5, unless you're like balling. Then that's different. You know, at that point. You know,
I'll be like,
you gotta get Kirk Cousins' agent on, work for you, bro.
Yeah, but I'll be like, that's why I'm like, I don't know where he got this number that he said, hey, Vita is wanting 25 to 30 million a year. I'm like,
unless it's hypothetical.
That would be insane. Nobody pays that for a defensive tackle.
Yeah, if that is what he's asking out, then I think Spytek would be like, love you, bro, but you gonna go get that somewhere else. You ain't gonna get it from here.
Bro, I don't think there's a defensive tackle wanting $30 million.
Yeah, I don't see that 22 mil, but about 18 mil base, like per year. He was just making the last 2 years before this year. He made 15 and a half last year. Well, that's what his base was. With a signing, give him about just over 16, and then 17 last year. That's with his signing included, and then this year he's slated for 17, and then he's a free agent next year. So, and then he got when did he get restructured? I think he got restructured at some point. But yeah, that's kind of what he's been averaging, like 15, 16. So you might go up and go towards that 18, 19. You're tipping that 20. So, but I mean, you got to be. I don't know. I feel like you got to be balling to get towards that 20 million. So, but I don't know.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring that up, Alex. Jeffrey Simmons is 35, but Simmons is a beast too.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and pull up some of the responses from a chat. Again, appreciate you guys pulling up and rock with us. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe button on all of our channels here. Real quick. I lost my place. Damn it. All right, here we go. So Severe had said Jack Besh, DCAM, and the speeches from Carol. Anthony says Mayor and Butler for Vita. Okay, there you go. Shout out to Nutty in the building. He says trade your scooter for Vita. There you go.
Done.
Hey, bro, we're gonna have a yard sale, dog. Take our whole shit. Oh man. Shout out to Ben in the building. What is good? Make sure you guys check out my guy Raider Ben's Silver and Black Lounge firefighter show with 805 the other day. Salute to them. Let's see here.
Bro, next we're gonna trade AP's Nikes, bro.
I know, right?
Just get rid of all, bro.
Let's see. 805 says Vita who he's a youth player compared to Butler. Just playing. Vita is a bad man. I just don't know if I would pay him close to 20 million for this season when we're starting Kirk Cousins. And that's my point. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, I don't know if it's the timing is right for this move. We're not gonna really be threading the needle like that. Now, if it was next year and this, this scenario, came afoot again, like came about again, then I'll be like, fuck yeah, bro, we gotta go, because now we can possibly get like really close to like a 10 win type of season, or 9 wins. We can fuck around and probably sneak into the playoffs, right? And he might be that guy that helps us get there. But at this point in time, I don't know. I don't really see it. But hey, stranger shit has happened. Let's see here. Alex says Jeff. Oh yeah, you guys talked about that. Let's see. Yeah, we got some guaranteed money to help eat the cap. Yeah, so we gotta offload some of these guys. Shout out to G Fam in the building. One of my members and one of my mods here at Just Read. He says, "Come on, fellas! If the Raiders want to replace a defensive tackle, they would have traded. They would have drafted McDonald in a second. How quick are we not to give 2 D tackles a shot? Oh, ye of little faith! It's not about that. It's not about that, dog. Because this is the thing." And shout out to 805, bro. He put it right on the money, bro. And he really actually gave me a different outlook. And I said this on the Saturday show with Leo. He said that Spytech tends to draft like very developmental guys. And we saw that last year with like Tonka Hemingway and JJ Pegues, right? They showed flashes, but they're really developmental guys. They're not fully proven yet. We're just seeing little flashes here and there. We kind of know where we stand with Adam Butler, right? And we're seeing improvement from Adam Butler. So, but we don't have that dog, bro. We don't have that guy at nose tackle. So we know what we have. We know what Villa is all about, and he is that dude.
Yes.
So going after a guy like him, and especially with the ties, that relationship with John Spytek makes a lot of sense, bro. It makes a lot of sense. But again, it's going back to the point: is the timing really right now? I don't know. Right, we're into a rebuild year one with a new offensive coordinator, a new defensive coordinator, a new head coach.
Yes.
I know Robbie's been here for a while, right? But it's really his first time taking the reins on the defensive side of the ball. Same thing for Andrew Janoko. We're gonna go ahead and talk about all this in just a little bit. First year for him being OC, even though he was under Kubiak. Still first year, and this is first year for Clint running the whole show. It's a big step up because now you got to not just worry about your own offense, you got to worry about the whole shebang, bro. You got to worry about everything and everybody. So it's not just a one, like, I'm just going to worry about my side of the ball and that's it. You got to look at it as a whole as well. Even if you have, you're trusting and you're putting a lot of responsibility on your defensive coordinator to really run the show. You still can't like completely bleed blind to it. You gotta also be involved in that process. So that's a lot of factors, bro. So that's kind of how I see it. But we will definitely stay. We will definitely keep tapping in, and we'll go ahead and keep abreast of what goes down with the whole Vita Vea trade scenario as it goes on. Y'all already know if something happens,
you'll be hearing it.
I know Jay's gonna hit me. Jay's gonna hit us up and be like, "Y'all ready to go on?"
I got the thing. I got the link. There you go. Let's go. We're going.
Bro, I'll be at work. Like, I can't believe it.
Bathroom break.
My break, bro. I got to really softly. All right, but let's go ahead and continue on. Again, salute to everybody here who's rocking with us on this Monday afternoon. Hopefully you guys are at the crib already, or if you guys are hopefully heading home. If not, if you guys are stuck at work, hopefully this makes your time go by just a little bit faster. Makes your day go by a little bit better. Yes, sir. Make sure you guys hit the like and hit the subscribe on all these channels. My guy Rito Primos, at Rito Primos. I keep mixing up the damn banners. My guy Rito Primos. At Raider Primos, my guy Silver and Black Radio Podcast, Raider Will, and then of course your guy Just Raiders Baby, Appreciate you guys tapping in. All right. So let's go ahead and continue on with a training camp that starts tomorrow. And our guy, Max Crosby, is already in the building. He started camp early this past Thursday. He got in, and I wanted to go ahead and ask you guys this. And I got kind of Leo's take on Saturday, but I want to go ahead and also get your opinions on this. How beneficial is this for Max to go ahead and start camp earlier? So he's starting a whole week earlier than everybody else. He's already in the building. He's always in the building, but he's really in it. He's getting everything underway now, right?
Hey, he finally got his helmet on.
Yeah, he got his helmet on.
Yeah, as you saw on the thumbnail. There you go. But Primoz, what do you think? How beneficial do you feel this is for Max Crosby starting camp early and going into tomorrow? How much of a leg up do you feel like he will have?
Real quick, Jay, hit us with the Price is Right sad sound for the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh man,
I thought we were worried about his knee. I thought we were worried about his knee. That but isn't this what we expected? He would be ready by training camp, but him like getting into the building and being in camp and a week earlier before the veterans show up. It just goes to show the leader that he is, though, for this team. Like, he is going to be the first one in the building, the last one to leave. But it also shows, I think, Mad Max is coming out this year. No, he is ready to get after it. He is all football. He's all ball. Yeah, like, bro, he is going to be in the building, putting in that work, getting that knee right. But I'm just looking at the, little videos that we've seen the Raiders put on, their Instagram and their X. Max looks like he's ready to go. And I think the beneficial is that it's showing Mendoza, showing these young guys, this is how it looks to be a leader of this football team. You got your face of the franchise. He could show up tomorrow. He's a veteran. He could show up tomorrow if he wants. But no, he's like, I'm getting in the building when the rookies show up. Like, seeing him there, I was shocked seeing him in the building with the rookies. But that just sets the tone from seeing the leader. Like, all the rookies showed up. I don't know if any other veterans showed up, but all the rookies showed up last week, or this last week on Thursday. Imagine you're Fernando Mendoza, you're Mike Washington, and you see the leader, you see the face of the Raiders in the building also working out with you guys. If I'm a player, that gets me hype going into the training camp, because that sets the tone of what he expects to give 110% in camp. You're going to show up in the building. You're going to put 110% of work. No matter if the Raiders call you, if Kubiak doesn't want you in the building, like, hey, take a break. No, I'm still going to be in the building. I'm still going to put in the work, because the goal is to get better each and every day. Max wants a championship, and he's showing it just by showing up last week that he just wants to win. He just wants to do whatever it takes to get better and to win. And I'm hyped. He got me hyped for him specifically.
There you go. Will, what you thinking?
Yeah, bro. Like, hey, I'm gonna tell you like this: Max Crosby's in the building, baby. Let's go. Hey, look, this man lives at the facility. Is it such a big deal? No, but at the same time, it is, because it's like this. He's the leader of the team. People see the face of the franchise. When you have a leadership tone, he showed up at 3 a.m., bro. 3 a.m. They had people out there with their cameras waiting for Max Crosby to walk in the building. So when you're talking about people having to get up early to go to work, and you go like, hey, man, the leader of this team, even though he lives at the facility, came in at 3 a.m., that's fantastic. That's always a great sign, right? But the thing is this. What Gerald McCoy just let everybody know, that Max Crosby's pissed off at the world, that's part of the business aspect. Right now, he wants to show that he's all business, that he's going to come in here, he's going to take names, he's going to kick ass. Now, hey, bro, I'm going to tell you, here's the other thing, though, why it also means nothing. He was supposed to show up at that time anyways, bro. He was on the injured players list. You got to be there at that time at camp. So it's great.
Shots already trapped.
Because he's going to have facility from the
He
doctor.
he was required, not he wasn't.
Yeah. He was required. So
I got you, dog.
So at the same time that it means a lot. Fucking Samir says he showed up at 3 a.m.
I would, dog. Like, fuck this shit.
Bro. I wouldn't even be upset if he did that.
Hey, big dog, I'm getting treatment right now. That's what I'm gonna be saying.
Yeah, Jay, man, he's getting his knee rub, bro.
As long as it ain't that third leg, and we ain't hearing no freaking Deshaun Jackson shit coming out.
He ain't getting that Deshaun Watson treatment.
Or that Deshaun Watson trade. You want none of that.
Yeah.
You want none of that. Or what's that kicker in Baltimore that had that?
I don't need to hear that. We've been doing so good. We've been doing so good.
Justin Tucker.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Mendoza's still
you know, and that's the thing, because Mendoza didn't even sign until like 9 a.m. that day.
Yeah,
something like that. He didn't sign up, so he probably went over there, had some Wheaties, stopped at the pepper mill or something on the way to practice, had some frijolitos and stuff, and went in. But I was like, yo. He's getting the Robert Kraft special.
Just don't let it get out there in the space.
Hey, they're going to New England this season, so hey, hopefully Robert Kraft doesn't show Max around New England.
Yeah, I know. My fucking Robert's gonna try to fucking sabotage the team, bro. Get everybody free massages. I'm like, hey, don't worry about it, guys. It's all me. Yeah,
team massages, guys. Let's all go.
Just say no. Just say no. Yeah. Don't do it.
But like we were saying, right? That's why even Raider Travis is saying right now, hey man, not to take away from Max, but it was part of the protocol that but that he shows up at 3 a.m. is the difference, right? That he shows up so far early. And I'm telling you like this, bro. If I was a rookie and I just got drafted to a team, I'm amazed that half those rookies didn't show up at 3 a.m. Because I don't know, bro, the night before, I'd be like, oh, man, I got camp tomorrow. Did I pack my shit? Bro, hey, man, hey, I got to make sure I got my cleats ready to go. I'll be like, that's just me, though. So you know what I mean? I would be like, yo, like if I was a rookie, I'd be trying to be the first one in there. That's a part of but that's the part of the leadership that Max Crosby brings to this team. It's just that he's able to go in there early. He's able to do those things. And that he's the first one in the building means a lot. That he's in the building for the reasons that he's in there, that's a different story. Now, if he didn't have to come in, right? If he wasn't on this injured list and he was in here at 3 a.m., hey, bro, everybody would be like, it's DEFCON 5. This man is about to tear the world apart. This dude is about to go on a renegade season because he is lit the fuck up. And I do like what Joe McCoy said, bro. He's pissed off. And he this year, bro, he has something to prove. Somebody just negated that he was good enough for the trade. They reneged on him, bro.
Bro. Man, this is out of the face, bro.
I feel like he felt disrespected.
You want to see it, bro? Yeah. Say how you want to see it, but it's still. I mean, it's like they were like, "Nah, bro, we don't want you. Like
we want Trey Hendrickson over you."
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh, bro. Did you read Sabir's comment, bro?
Oh, hold on.
Look at it.
Oh no.
That's why the Patriots always so relaxed in the playoffs. But with that post nutty clarity, bro. Hey, I know, bro.
Hey, maybe they weren't talking about footballs when they're talking about Deflategate.
I'm trying to get that.
All the balls were deflated that day.
100%, bro.
Oh man.
Fucking Deflategate part 2, bro.
No wonder the Patriots like to play with balls like that. They play with them on a regular.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, shit,
but I look. I mean, I don't know. even though
I don't know either, bro.
but even though he had to be in there, you know, I still feel that he benefits from it because he gets to start earlier. He gets to go ahead and get his body prepared for that, to really go ahead and start going, you know, through like the contact motion, pause if necessary. Right, we're talking about fucking deflated balls right now. A minute ago, bro. So pause is necessary. But you know, you got you got to get yourself in that condition, right? So I think having that week in advance to go ahead and get ready for that, I think it's just going to go ahead and help, you know, especially with that knee recovery, right? But let me ask you guys this question. I mean, what type of season do you guys think we're going to go ahead and see from Max? I mean, we talked about the rejection, you know, him playing with the chip on his shoulder, you know. So what type of season do y'all feel that we're going to go ahead and get from Max? Well, I will go back to you, sir.
Fuck, man, that's such a good question. Yeah.
Fuck.
So in my mind, I want to say that he's going to have this season where he just comes in here and tears everybody apart, right? Because the mentality part where we were just saying this guy just got namesake. This guy just got said, hey. But then I look at our defense and I go like, if I look at our defense right now, bro, he's one of the guys that I'm double teaming, that I'm chipping, that I'm making sure that, hey, we eliminate out of the game. You know, if we're not, you know, Kwity Paye has a lot to prove. Malcolm Kuntz has everything to prove. I'll be like, let's be real. Let's look at our team from last year. Max Crosby had 10 sacks. The next guy up had 4. 4. Bro, so like when I look at it as an offensive coordinator, I go like, hey, bro, we only got to block one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know, like, yeah, like, hey, we're going to win with 5 guys up front all day long.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I'm like, I say that I want Max to come in there and tear it up, but I think he's going to have a really good season. I think this might be the season that you see him around that 15 sack season. If he really like turns up and like gets there, I'll be like, you'll see him at 15 sacks. He'll always have a high amount of TFLs, but with Max, it's always like the angles, right, that he takes. Like sometimes he gets there, man, and he's about to make the sack, but the guy steps up or the guy gets right out of his grasp.
Right.
So it's about him finishing those plays now. If he's able to finish more than half those plays that he creates, bro, this man could have a 20 sack season. I don't know about y'all.
Like, he misses about 6.
Bro,
Will, that's not a hot take.
That's what I'm just saying. Yeah.
Sacks.
Like, let's be real. If he completed the sacks on how many that he's missed, guys, he'd have an astronomical amount of sacks. He misses a ton. He brings a great amount of pressure. Don't get me wrong, but he just doesn't finish it. He doesn't go in there and fucking kill the guy. He either runs past him and the guy steps up, or he steps up and the guy steps back. So that's what I'm talking about. I could see 15 sacks. I could see 18.
Okay. I think for me, I agree with Will. I see 15, but I'm gonna go ahead and go with 12 sacks. I could see the TFLs, like Will said, they're gonna be up there. I'm saying 12 because of what's around him, and it's mainly we could talk about him over pursuing because he does over pursue a lot. Where I go like, man, Max, like you got that motor, but sometimes you gotta know when to hold on the brakes and just wrap up. And just finish, like you said, we'll just finish the play. But it's also a testament to, we talked about earlier, Vita Vea, what will it do for Max? Well, you talk about quarterback stepping up because there's no interior pressure. It allows the quarterback to step up, or it allows the quarterback to move around how freely. Because Max, let's be honest, Max is likely the only guy generating any pressure to the quarterback. Maybe Kuntz here and there, but outside of Max, who, like to your point, well, who else is going to generate, not even just get sacks, but who else is going to generate pressure on that defensive line? Because you're right. If I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm looking down that defensive line. I'm like, hey, they got Max. They got a Adam Butler. He's okay. They got a rookie in Keon Crawford. They got Malcolm Kuntz, second coming off a full year with the injury, but it really doesn't do much. It doesn't move the needle for me. All right, so here's the deal. Offensive line, just double team Max, and I think we should be good. That's literally the game plan against the Raiders defense. So for me, for Max to have a 15 plus sack season, he has to have help on the other side. It all depends. How is our D tackles looking? How is Malcolm Kuntz? How is Keon Crawford looking? How is Tonka Hemingway? These guys that we see that there's potential there. We see that there's potential, but that's all it is potential. Can they live up to the potential? That's the answer that we need. And if they do live up to that, bro, Max is gonna have a career year. And that says a lot. His career year, he had 14 and a half sacks. And then this past year, he had his highest in tackles for losses for 28. But again, if he could finish the plays, because I don't want this to happen, is that we do generate pressure from the other side or in the interior, and Max is still over pursuing and still not being able to finish on those sacks, missing 6-7 sacks in a season. He can get up to 20. I do believe he can get up to 20, but he does have to finish the sacks that he's missing. And if he could do that this year, along with if we could generate some pressure on the other side, you guys, we can see a beast of a season from Max Crosby.
Yeah. I'm gonna go on the same wavelength. I feel it's gonna be like the ceiling, probably like 12, 13 sacks. I think probably the bottom end 10. I think he can. I think he'll hit double digits, bro. I think I don't remember the stats offhand for last year's. I think the year before that, I think he hit 8 and he didn't finish out the season. So he was already on the trajectory to go ahead and hit double digits if he wouldn't have got pulled early, right? So I think if he plays a whole season now, he's probably going to hit that double digit mark. But I'm thinking like 10, 11, somewhere around there. I don't think it's going to thread the needle as people might think. But on that particular department, now, again, we've all said it, he creates a tremendous amount of pressure, and that's also a good thing. That means that they have to go ahead and double, sometimes triple team this guy, right? It depends. Get him on the chip. So you got 3 guys on him, right? But that leaves the door open for other guys to go ahead and come in. Now, we got additional players that we brought in this season, and that will also open up opportunities for, guys like Quiddy Pay, Nakobe Dean, depending how they're going to get schemed up. Malcolm Kuntz, we'll talk about him in just a bit. What type of season is he going to have? So all that good stuff is all beneficial. But as far as a solo production, as far as for sacks, I don't see that quite happening. I think we're going to go ahead and see more. I think we're going to start seeing the beginning of a different type of Max, that because he is getting older, the injuries have been piling up. I don't think it's going to be having the same pop as people would think he still has. Father Time is honest. I'm sorry to say, it's undefeated. It will catch up sooner or later at some point. I think we're starting to see that a bit, right? So he can't get out of those double teams. He can't, even sometimes on a one-on-one, he has certain issues, but how much of it was injury? How much of it was it him, right? So those are kind of the little questions that's out there. But I think he's still going to have enough production. I think he's still going to cause enough disruption to go ahead and be a major impact on this defense. And obviously we already know he's the leader on the defensive side of the ball. So he's going to be leading the charge there. But yeah, I think he'll have a good season. I don't think it's a season that everybody projects it's going to be. Just looking at it from the perspective of just on the critique level. As a fan, man, this for me, he's going to ball. Like, this motherfucker can get 15, 16 sacks.
Yeah.
But just kind of being objective about it, I don't see that quite happen. It's like he's coming off an injury, surgery, doing rehab, recovery. You know, I repeat it again. So this is like the second year that he's had that injury. How is that really going to look, right? And then you already know if the season's not going to go good, if the season doesn't go good, come week 12, week 13, week 14, we might start thinking at what point do they pull the plug on Max Crosby? Let's keep it real. That's going to be the conversation that's going to be had towards the end of the season. If we're like, 3 wins out, maybe 4 wins, they're probably going to be like, well, you know what? We're going to go ahead and keep Max long term, or at least for next season. Let's pull the plug early, conserve him, or whatever. However they want to go ahead and do that. I don't know if they want to revisit that after the whole.
Oh, bro, I got a hot take. I got a hot take.
Go ahead.
Hot take.
Hot take, bro.
Baby. I'm about to tell you right now, Max Crosby will be on some type of snap count, and you will see him rest more this year than you have seen him rest any other year. I believe that that's going to be the method that they're going to use. They're going to use him in certain packages. They're going to give him rest on certain things, and they're going to come to an agreement, okay? Max Crosby, because he wants longevity in his career, and the Raiders as well, because they want longevity out of him. So they're going to come into an agreement, and you're going to see Max Crosby take more limited snaps this year, whether it's on a snap count or in certain packages. Hot take, baby. You heard it.
There you go. Hot take. Real quick shout out to Arnie in the building. Salute. Appreciate you tapping in. We covered it already, bro. You're a little bit late on that one, but as far as that, I mean, I don't know.
Go back to the beginning, brother.
Yeah, he asked who's going to be more of an X factor on pass rush, Pay or Kuntz or Crawford. Out of those three, that's a good question, bro. That's a good question. I hope it's Kuntz, bro. But I ain't holding my breath for that one. I think Quiddy Pay might beat the guy, bro. Crawford, I don't know, man. At this level, I don't know. It could go either way. It's hard to say on that one.
The only thing people say about Crawford, he has the motor, same as
he has a motor. Yeah, he has a motor.
But we got to see if he could put it all together.
Exactly. Perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what I was to say. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and move on to the next one. And obviously, once training camp kicks off, we're going to go ahead and get a whole lot of battles, position battles, right? And I'm going to go ahead and kind of talk about this. I'm going to go ahead and hit one of the main position battles kind of to watch out for is the quarterback battle, right? You might think, well, you know what? It's going to be Kirk all the way. What are you talking about, bro? Well, you know what? Let's pump the brakes a little bit here, all right? We got 2 brand new quarterbacks. We got Kirk Cousins, Fernando Mendoza. We got a vet and a rookie. Vet, been in the league for quite a while. Yes, he has familiarity with our head coach, Clint Kubiak, but he has not played with guys like Brock Bowers, Trey Tucker, Ashton Genty. How is that going to go ahead and really translate, right? So my question is, what should we expect from Kirk this training camp? How is he going to do? Is he going to be able to go ahead and mesh with these guys? Is he going to be able to go ahead and get the timing down? Because the big target, as y'all know, is going to be number 8-9, Brock Bowers, man himself. Make sure you guys go ahead and get your Brock Bowers Up in Smoke tea. Shameless plug.
W plug.
At the JRB store. The link's down below. No, but get it.
And they are fire, though. Hey, go get those shirts.
There you go. Appreciate that. But
put that link up in the chat there.
Oh, I'll put it in a bit. Yeah. So what should we expect from Kirk Cousins this training camp? Primos?
I'm not really expecting much other than just veteran quarterback play. He's gonna, he worked with Clint Kubiak in their time in Minnesota. So I am expecting him to be efficient in this offense, to control the offense, to be that field general, to get guys in right position. But as far as, can he still throw the deep ball? Like, that's what I want to see. But we're going to run the football a lot in Clint Kubiak's offense. So are we going to really, take a lot of deep shots, positive, necessary? But it's more, I think I'm just expecting the veteran quarterback play, but also I don't want to see any rookie mistakes out of him either. Like, are we going to see age catching up to Kirk Cousins in training camp? That's what would start worrying me, because then we're going to have to start looking at Mendoza and look at Mendoza. Where is he at as far as development goes? And is he there yet? But I think, I'm not really expecting much other than, just veteran quarterback play from Kirk, and also just to really be that leader in the offense and take control of the offense and being a field general in training camp.
Well, what are your thoughts?
I expect Kirk. Hey, bro, Kirk Cochain's going to walk in there, bro, with so much damn swagger that he's going to go in there and slap those fucking corners around like they're his hoes. Okay, I expect that the journalists are going to be telling us the freaking Raiders offense looks electric. Kurt Cobain is out there looking crazy. I'll be like looking like he's just being masterful with the offense. And it's all full of shit because we just are so bad that we go through the season and it just turns into.
He was leading like he was about to be positive.
Like straight up cheeks. We look like during the season. That's what I'm expecting. But you know what? I'll be like, let's be real, man. I mean, like, Kurt should look electric. He should look good. He should come out there and look at us in camp, and we should look like a bunch of bums on defense. Like, he should know the offense, bro.
Yeah.
Kurt knows the offense.
I'm expecting.
Bro, and here's the thing. You asked what Kurt would look like. You didn't say what all the other players would look like. If the other players don't know where they're supposed to be at, that's not on him. He's teaching it as they go, right? That's why camp is there. But for him, bro, he knows the offense. This dude is going to walk in there, bro, and I'm telling you, because he knows that Mendoza's on the bench. He knows that once Mendoza gets on that field, bro, he's going to be like – and Arnie just said Cousins regressed last season with bad shoulder injury, throwing lots of interceptions compared to Geno Smith. Facts. Yeah, facts. He also had his best season with Kubiak at the helm. And that's facts as well. And we can talk about how that guy didn't use him correctly, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm going to tell you right now, this guy's going to have an efficient season. The offense is going to be built around him. He knows how to run it, and he's going to be a point guard. What did Mendoza say? Oh, in this offense, all I have to do is be a point guard and distribute the ball. Mm-hmm. Bro, that's exactly what Kirk Cousins is going to do. He's going to be a point guard. He's going to distribute the ball to his playmakers. Give the ball. They're going to use play action to use him to stretch the field. He's coming back off his second year off of injury with his Achilles. So I think he's going to be, like, efficient. Now, is he going to be like freaking looking like a Hall of Famer? No. It's fucking Kirk Cousins, bro. Like, do we expect this guy to take us to the promised land?
No.
So,
I would say more what I'm also expecting is him to just show Mendoza how to lead this offense.
Yep.
Again, I'm not expecting him to go out into training camp and light it up in camp. It's more, that's why I said I'm expecting him to just take command of this offense. Show like how this offense is ran under Kubiak, because to Will's point, this offense better than anybody on that offensive side, better than Trey Tucker, better than Tyler Linderbaum, better than Fernando Mendoza, better than any offensive player we have currently. So what I'm expecting is him to teach these players, because Kirk, you're not the franchise, you're not the future. Your job is to come in here, be efficient, but also be a leader and show how this offense needs to be ran under Kubiak, especially for a guy like Fernando Mendoza. he's going to be on the sideline watching, seeing how you're running this offense. And that you want to lead by example and not be making, especially mental mistakes, not getting guys in the right position, not calling the right plays that Kubiak is putting for you. You know this offense better than anybody. So there should be no reason why, for me, there should be no reason why people are out of position, because Kirk should be putting them in the right position.
And that's what he's going to be doing, right? Because you still got to like go through all that in camp and go through all that progress. And I'm going to tell you like this. People are going to say, oh, Kirk doesn't have the big arm. Hey, in this offense, it's predicated on giving the guys the ball within 5 yards of the freaking line of scrimmage.
Yak.
Like it's all about yak.
Yeah.
It's about getting the ball out quickly to these guys. You don't see a bunch of big vertical throws out of these guys. And if you do use it, you use it with the play action game. And Kirk doesn't have to run a whole bunch. I don't need Michael Vick.
Mm-hmm.
The West Coast offense isn't predicated on using a Michael Vick. It's predicated about using a guy inside the pocket, maximizing the run game, and then using the run game to set up the pass game. And you use the freaking width of the field. You don't use the vertical width. You use the width of it, all 52 wide. So when we start talking about all those things like that, that's where you see Kirk Cousins coming out and being efficient.
Yeah.
And that's why him and Sam Darnold have found success. Yep. Kubiak's offense is very quarterback friendly for them to not make so much mistakes. But like you said, just to get the ball out quickly, get it in your playmaker's hands. What is the one thing we harped on? Why is Gino not targeting Brock Bowers? Why is he not just throwing it up there for Brock? Like, get the ball to your playmaker's hands. Why do you have a Brock Bowers on this team? We see what he could do. He can, those yak yards, people say Brock is faster with the ball in his hands, and they don't know how he is. Why, again, it's all about Kubiak's offense for me. And you're hitting it on the button, man. Kirk isn't going to have to do too much. And why would you want him to also?
Yeah. And with this team being set to be primarily run first team, you're not going to need to go ahead and do a whole lot. And like Will just said, you got to play action, bro. And you're not going to stretch the field, 40, 50 yards. We're not going to see deep bombs like that. We don't have a guy that can run a route to like with that speed. I mean, we do, but you can't catch the damn ball.
But look at the way that Kubiak runs it, bro.
Like if he can't catch the ball, what good is the speed there? The only other guy is Trey Tucker that can catch the ball, but you got to scheme him open, right? You might see a little bit of that. I'm not saying we're completely not, but I'm saying like what we're going to establish first is primarily the run game. We're going to see like a lot of
100%.
A lot of, we're going to see Genty and Washington, that 1-2 combo. That's going to be that bread and butter, and everything else is going to be that extra, those sides, if you want to go ahead and put it. And we're going to utilize a lot. I feel like we're going to utilize that 12-man properly this time. So you're going to see, Brock Bowers go for the route, and you're going to see Mike Mayer, chip block and go on for a flat. We're gonna see that. We're gonna see that type of football. So I think with Kirk, I'm looking for the command. I'm looking for the synergy with the offense. I'm looking like you guys said, the ability to go ahead and lead the team. That's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking. I don't even expect him to teach Fernando anything, bro. Just like lead by the example. Just do what you do on the field. But I don't need you to fucking shoot it 60 yards down the field. Like that's not offense is not like this. Like you'll get guys schemed open, and you shouldn't have any issue getting the ball there. Unless you're pulling Geno's where you're just like you're giving it away. Like here, look, it's gonna go to fucking 8-9. Be ready. Here it comes. All right. Coming now.
Well, and that's the thing with Chip Kelly's offense, it's different. In Chip Kelly's offense, he wants to attack you vertically. He wants to attack you widthwise as well, but with that horizontal run game. And that's the kind of thing that he uses, right? So that's where I go like, dude, like no matter what Kirk Cousins does this year, people are still not going to be satisfied. Like I just saw it. He could throw for 4,000 fucking yards and get us to the playoffs, and the nation will still be screaming, saying, "Hey, Frank's right." And here's the thing: for us, we need to realize, bro, that Kirk Cousins is actually a good thing on this team.
Yes.
And people are saying, "Oh, well, all these other rookies have started, and they're the way." Everybody has a different way.
Perfect that you said that.
I'm
gonna let you run with that. I'm gonna add this. Kirk, Fernando versus Kirk. Would it always be Kirk, or does Fernando have a shot? Tell me.
Okay.
Tell me.
Wait.
Tell him, bro. Tell him.
Here's the thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Does Fernando have a shot? We're gonna say absolutely he has a shot, but he has to show so many things at such a high level at this time that we don't expect him to be starting at the beginning of the season. Now, if he starts at the beginning of the season, bro, this kid has come into camp and absolutely fucking shredded the defense and has shown that Kirk Cousins ain't shit, and that whatever the brothers fucking picture that they took, he was definitely the older stepbrother and was just fucking like spanking ass. Because I'd be like, there's a reason that Kurt was brought in. It's so he can come in and show this young man how to lead these guys, how to put them in the right position. Because there's a certain way that you talk to guys. There's certain things that happen in this league. Defenses are more complex. Other things happen. Guys might not move the same way. So again, we have to look at that. And Kirk Cousins being on this team and being able to teach Fernando, whether it's a year, guys, we're not going to fucking win the Super Bowl this year. We got to get out of this complex that Fernando Mendoza being in. And yeah, he has a great arm. He could throw it the fucking country mile. But when he can't, but when he can't fucking read the fucking defense because the defense is too complex.
Or having no command over the offense.
Or having no way to adjust guys or tell them, hey, this is what I want you to do. Mm-hmm. Not having communication with the offensive line at a high level.
Yes.
When you don't know what guys are coming and dropping, and you're really depending on Tyler Lindenbog to make those calls. But that communication piece with Tyler Lindenbog has to be developed. Mm-hmm. All those things have to happen. So that's why I think Kirk Cousins is a blessing in disguise, man. I don't give a fuck whether we go we really win 6 games this year. If we win 6 games this year, great. We won fucking twice as many as we did last year.
Yeah.
So, and even if Kirk does get hurt this season, okay, great. Then Fernando Mendoza is not under the pressure that he starts the fucking season. And he's 0-3, and everybody's calling him a fucking bust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that Raider Nation does that shit.
Yeah.
They
will bury Mendoza. They'll bury him.
Bro,
his first interception, they'll bury him. Yeah. His first interception, they'll bury him.
We go on 3, brother. The nation will crucify him. And trust me, there'll be a lot of us that'll be like, really? We traded away. We fucking, wasted away our number 1 pick on this fucking dog shit type of like dude, that like is worse than Gino. I can already hear it, bro. I can already hear it.
I'll tell you like this: if Fernando Mendoza was playing against the Jets, and he throws 4 interceptions against the Jets, and we lose to Geno Smith, the Geno Smith-led Jets at the Meadowlands. Oh, Lord, bro, can you already hear it? Oh, this guy's a bust. He was Jamarcus Russell. I knew it. Nobody should have freaking blah, blah, blah. I'll be like, I can already hear it.
Yeah.
So,
and again, I'm going to post up this question by Arnie. Shout out to Arnie. He says, if Cousin gets hurt, is it a disappointment? Do you start EOC or Mendoza? I only feel if Cousins gets hurt, do you start Mendoza? I feel like it's gonna be Mendoza. I think that's what the direction that they're gonna go. That's what I think. Now, if Kirk goes out and we're like 0-6, I think they're gonna let that 0-6 kind of ride, Doug, until we get the first win, until they figure it out. If we're 0-6 and we look like straight dog shit, like worse than last year, it's more than a Kirk Cousins problem. That means the offense is not working whatsoever. That means we can't establish a run game. We can't even put point. We're having difficulty putting points on the board. We're going 3 and out like consistently. That's a big issue. That means the offense is wrong, and we've seen that the last 2 years. So trust me, everybody who's a Raider fan should be able to identify that by now. If you can't, that means you knew, bro. You've been living in a rock for the last 3 years, 2 years.
I'm gonna tell you something.
That's usually the case. So I think if the only way that we would see Fernando early in the season, like if you're talking about like that 4-game scenario, it's only if Kirk gets hurt. Other than that, if we're 0-4, they're gonna let it fucking ride. They're not gonna go ahead and bring in Mendoza just because it's not that type of season. You're not, they're gonna try to win as many games as possible, but we're not really competing
for playoffs.
We're not competing for playoffs. We might try to fuck around and be competitive in the division. That's an okay goal to have. I mean,
that's a start. That's a realistic goal.
Okay,
that's
be
more
competitive in the
division.
With
this division. I mean, you already know,
bro. I love you guys, bro. I love you guys, but I think you guys did a little bit too much pre-gaming before the show. Because I'm gonna tell you guys like this. I don't want to hear about no Fernando Mendoza until game 14. Why? Because if Kirk Cousins gets hurt in game 4, I don't want to hear about Fernando Mendoza going against the freaking Rams defense. Okay, that defense right there, bro, is gonna ruin this kid's fucking career.
I'm gonna tell you, this sounds so weird. I agree, but I disagree. I agree that should kind of be the plan, but they ain't gonna do that, bro. The fan base and this pressure will get to Clint and Spytek. Will force their hand and they'll play. Because I think there's a plan. There's bet you whatever you want. Bet you a beer, bro. It's gonna happen.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I get what you're saying, but if we're really looking at what's best for this franchise, and you really want to secure this kid, and you're worried about him getting hurt, right? Because the worst thing that could have happened is, Jay, if we started him game 1, and he got hurt game 1. Tell me how devastated I could already hear Raider Nation. Oh my God, we're not doing anything. We suck. Our lives are over. Our team will never be anything. Fernando's done.
We love to exaggerate.
I mean, bro, it would be like that.
But you're right.
If Fernando, we want him to start, but we want him to have success and start. And those are two things that don't happen very often, especially with the rookie quarterback. That's why they're called fucking rookies, right? Like, there's not very many of those guys that go to the Super Bowl and win the whole Super Bowl, and the team's riding on their back. It's usually a fucking really good team.
Yeah.
Hold on. Didn't we have a conversation like this last week where me and Primos were like, don't baby him, test him, give him pressure and all this shit, right? And then over here we're like, no, we gotta wait, right?
I didn't get my take yet.
Wait, and here's the thing, and I get what you guys are saying. I get what you're saying.
Every saying was opposite. That's why I feel like they're, for one, the pressures they're gonna give into the pressure. 2, if Fernando Mendoza is probably gonna be the case where he's the better quarterback between him and Aiden O'Connell, they're gonna go with Fernando Mendoza. This is gonna do that. I feel that's gonna be the play, even if it's like Kirk Cochains gets down, he fucks up his shit. Game 1, first drive. Here comes Fernando Mendoza. That'll be the whole hoopla, bro.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. I think we're gonna carry AOC.
Oh, we're gonna carry AOC, but
And the reason that they won't do it is because once you put Fernando Mendoza Primo out there on the field, are you going to be able to take him off?
No, you can't. But again, if you put him out there, here's my thing though. Well, if they put him out there, that's Kubiak saying, "Kid, you're ready to go out there." If Kirk gets hurt in game 4 or game 5,
not according to Jay. Not according to Jay, because according to Jay, they're just giving in to the pressure of all the Raiders fans saying, "Hey, man,
into the pressure," but also because he's going to be the clear-cut better quarterback. Now, let's say in this training camp, AOC outdoes him. Cool. No, then that makes more sense. But I feel like they're going to go easy, and this is the thing. He preaches that shit, bro. This is it. Like, the cream will rise to the top. That's literally what he said fucking like 6 months ago, whatever, at the draft, at the combine. The cream will rise to the top. So if that's the case, that's what he thinks, and that's how he feels. Because yes, he brought in his boy. He's like, all right, I'm out. You're gonna run this offense, but if whatever happens, and this dude's better than this other guy, it's gonna be Fernando, bro.
And
but
again,
hopefully we don't go and find that out.
Yeah,
I really don't. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it pushing, y'all. I wanted to go ahead and ask you guys this question as well, and I want to go ahead and shift over to the other position battle, still on that offensive side of the ball. As far as the running back room, what do you guys think? How much of an impact will the combination of Genty and Mike Washington be? And I'm gonna go ahead and also give you guys this question on that too, because it also correlates to the question I just asked. Will we see a better Genty in year 2? So this is now he's not a rookie anymore, and he showed a lot of flash last year with a lot of adversity with the situation with the offensive line, and he was able to go ahead and make a pretty good amount of production. Now, we did do some improvements on that offensive line. One key improvement, that center. We're still going to go ahead and we still need to figure out the other positions. We're going to get to that in just a second. But he has a little bit more help. What do you think we'll see from Genty in year 2, and how much of an impact will be with him and Mike Washington? Will, since I cut off your thought.
No, it's all good, man. Obviously, Nate thinks that I am a Mendoza hater, but I'm like, dude, I think
it's not.
Now I'm a Mendoza.
I'm not even
hater.
advocating Mendoza like that, dog. I'm just saying, like, I'm looking at it from trying to think of from Kubiak's perspective. I'm like, okay, this makes more sense to me. If I'm Clint Kubiak.
And like I said, if I'm Kubiak and Kubiak really does think, hey, this guy's better, then you do it. And I agree with Severe here. That's the thing, right? Until when is he ready? And that's when the coach feels that he's ready, not the fans. I don't give a shit who the fuck else thinks about it. Until Kubiak says, dude, this guy's ready, then do it. Don't listen to the fans. Don't listen to the broadcasters. Don't listen to anybody else.
Don't listen to me. I have shepherd brains, but I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
We're not there every day. We're not evaluating.
And that's why I said when we see him on the field is when Kubiak feels that he is ready. Because at the end of the day, we don't know shit. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. We don't know how Kubiak feels about Mendoza and how Mendoza's development has been going throughout training camp, throughout the season. So when we do see Mendoza on the field, that tells me Kubiak thinks he's ready.
And I'll tell you like this.
Whenever that comes.
Hey, so I'll tell you like this, Primo. Mendoza comes out and says, hey, man, I just got to work on some footwork and timing, right? That's all he said. I got to work on footwork and timing.
Yeah.
Bro, how many players is going to come out and say, I suck, and I just look like trash out there? I'm all fucked up. Not very many. I ain't heard no coaches go out there and be like, hey, this guy looks like a retarded duck out there, man. I'm like, we messed up picking this guy in the first. Ain't no coach gonna come out there and say that.
I'm gonna read this comment from Arnie. He says Genty is our superstar. Washington will impress during preseason and a few snaps per game. So going back to my initial question, do you think we'll see a better Genty in year 2?
No.
I was
going to get around to that.
Washington be?
Hey,
Eventually, it's only we only got like a limited time, bro.
I got you.
I got all night, dog.
Go ahead, Will. I'm sorry. We almost got it.
You asshole. Hey, so check it out. With Genty in year 2, I do expect to see some sort of improvement, right? And I agree with Arnie. He is our superstar. He's our heavyweight.
Yes.
He's a guy that's going to have to carry the load. Do I expect for Washington to get carries during the season? Obviously, he's not going to get a ton. Do I expect it to be about 85% Ashton Genty, 85 or 90%? And then you use him as a sprinkled different package guy. And is he going to have a talent that's different than Genty's? Absolutely. Yes. He's 6'1", 200 and something pounds, and he runs like the fucking wind. But to have a huge impact, and I think that's going to benefit Genty because he brings a different aspect to the game.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go, Jay.
There you go. It's for our peoples, bro. It's for our peoples, not for me. Peoples, what you thinking? How you feeling about Genty and Washington? And do you think we'll see a better Genty in year 2?
I'm expecting 1,200 plus yards and 10 plus touchdowns on the ground. Not 10 plus touchdowns total like last year. 10 plus touchdowns on the ground. That is what I'm expecting of Ashton Genty. You draft a running back at number 6 overall. That's the numbers I'm expecting from a 6 overall pick in Ashton Genty. Because the offensive line is improved or should be improved from last year. And we've seen the flashes that he can bring to the table with probably the worst offensive line any of us have seen in football. So if we're expecting that this offensive line is going to be better than last year, even if they go from 32nd rank to a 20th rank, Genty has to eclipse 1,200 yards on the ground and 10 plus touchdowns on the ground. Now, how will Mike Washington complement him? I think he'll complement him, maybe be coming in on third down. Could be a 2 running back package in the backfield with Kirk Cousins or Mendoza, whoever the quarterback is. But that's where it could take the eyes off of Genty. Now you got another, just like Will pointed out, you got a different back coming in, but has different skill sets than Ashton Genty brings. Still will run your ass over, likely. He still will bring that power, but he is 6'1". That is like a train running at you compared to a little guy in Ashton Genty, who, I mean, like Ashton Genty will still run your ass over.
Dude, bro, like, coming at you.
You're going from 5'9" to 6'1".
Yeah.
You got to. Yeah. 5'9", 5'10".
I'm my guy, bro. We had the same height. I was like,
dog. But it's 2 different skill sets, and I think I know we don't want to talk about Kubiak so much, but it's gonna come down to Kubiak. How is he gonna scheme these 2 guys? Because I do believe they're gonna be on the field at the same time in some packages.
Oh yeah,
there's gonna be packages built for them. They're going to be on the field at the same time.
Yeah.
And I expect it to be a lot of third down packages, maybe some first down packages, but I'm expecting third down. You're going to see both guys on the field. And I think that's where we're going to see the impact, just how they're going to dictate the defense. You got to keep an eye on Genty. You got to keep an eye on Bowers. Now you got to keep an eye on Mike Washington coming out of the backfield because they could both receive. They could both come in and receive the ball out of the backfield. So I do believe that they're going to have a really
I know. I'm like,
hey,
they say 5'9", man.
Yeah, hey, yo, 5'9", but you ain't 5'9", bro. Yo, Dream, you're 5'9".
Bro,
like,
every time Jay Rader wakes up in the morning,
yo,
when Jay Rader wakes up in the morning and he looks at himself in the mirror, he's like, "You're the size of an NFL running back."
Oh yeah, bro.
Sweet daddy.
Height wise, not belt wise. Built like an old Mama Jamma truck, bro.
Joe Bettis.
Big old bus, dog, coming at you. There you go.
Yeah, the football
yeah, bro. If I stick to my old shit, I'd be like the bus, dog. Shout out to fucking Jerome Pettis. Love that dude, bro.
Put the
I agree, bro.
Mack
I
truck.
agree with you. I agree with you, Primos, and the fact that I think we'll see him at the field at the same time in certain packages. I think they're gonna make certain packages for him. But for let me talk about Mike because I saw his video yesterday. He has a channel and he's getting ready for training camp. He posted a video and I'm like, all right, cool. He's prepping. He's doing the work to get ready for last week and then this week, right, and on. So I feel for him and just kind of what he's able to do. Because we know he ain't Genty, bro. He's a one cut guy.
Yeah,
he's quick. He'll fucking truck your ass. We know we can do it. I feel like we'll see him in like the third down scenarios or the short yardage scenario where we need to go ahead and really hit that gap, bro, to go ahead and get that first down, or in the red zone scenario where 10 yards out, we scheme him up to go ahead and either get him open or we hand him off the ball. With Genty, bro, this is the year that I need to see that number 6 pick shine, bro. I saw flashes and for me, I've always had that faith in him last year, but I know for certain situations, the whole thing going on with the offensive line kind of deterred what he was really able to showcase, in my opinion. Now, I could be fucking dead wrong, but I'm pretty sure I am. We're going to find out. But I expect him to go ahead and hit that 1,400 yards, bro. 1,500 all purpose. And then you're like, bro, you're tripping. I mean, look, he's the number 6 pick, bro.
Exactly.
I need to see that shit.
Yeah.
And we went out and try to build him a line, or at least try to beef it up. We went out and got signed Tyler Lindenbaum. I mean, come on. We went out and Colton Miller's back. We need to see that production from Ashton Genty, bro. So I expect that different combination to really take effect, and we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna see a lot of primarily run game this season, and we're gonna see really Ashton Genty and Mike Washington being that real 1-2 combo that we've been looking for. You need that complementary piece. I feel like Mike Washington is that guy. Everybody else, I mean, Roman Hemby, I feel he's going to be that running back there again, a depth piece, or guys that we bring in for a certain scenario, to either, just put out there to go ahead and keep the defense guessing or whatever the scenario. I don't think he's going to be really that factor. More of a utility guy. I know Arnie asked about Dylan Wabi.
He's out,
honestly,
bro.
Yeah, he's on the bubble.
If he stays here, bro, he's special teams all the way.
Yeah,
I don't see Clint trusting him to take a snap behind Cousins, bro. I don't, bro. Unless everybody goes down or some weird shit happens, but I don't really see that. So that's how I see this kind of unfolding between. I think Genty will have a better year too, and I think we're gonna go ahead and see some good shit from Washington and Genty together. I'll put this comment up by our guy Severe. He says, "I don't know what Genty is. I hope he's a superstar, but he had 2 games over 100 yards rushing last year and 2 games averaging 4 yards per carry. Clint and Rico are here to maximize him as a player. 100%.
Rico's the key.
Now, yes, and Severe will be the first to tell you. Now we're holding this motherfucker accountable. So if he's not going to go ahead and hit at least 1,200, 1,300, we're going to be like, why? What was decision making there? And now you're going to be like, okay, so this guy's not really worth, a top 10 draft pick. This guy should have been drafted way down, 15, 20, second round, potentially high second. You're going to have those conversations going on. So I think for Genty, it's a lot to prove for this year. I think he's going to be able to go ahead and do it now that we have a little bit better on the offensive line. And speaking of offensive line, the next battle, the O-line positions up for grabs. currently right now, left guard, right guard, and you can even throw in possibly right tackle being open. Let me ask you guys, who do you guys think will win those positions? And I'm gonna put this out there too, because we talking about both guard positions, and we have a guy who's in the building that said that he was going to be the next center, and he wasn't that last year. He got put on guard, and now we having a lot of different things coming out of earlier in the off season that kind of like what's really going on. I want to ask this question: where does JPJ fit in this line? Will he win, or like will he start, or will he get beat out? What are you guys' thoughts about this? I'm gonna go with Will, because you put this one out there, bro. Give me a consensus, because we talked a lot about Trey Zoon last week. So now as a whole, what do you think?
Here's the thing. Do I think he'll get beat out? I don't know. I mean, like, I don't want to say that he's going to get beat out because, like, he's still, everything, camp is still going, everything, we don't know a lot of things, right? But I'm going to tell you like this. I think if he doesn't make the top 5 on this team starting, then we might be looking to possibly either trade or cut him. Because I don't see him as being the number 6 guy on this team. He doesn't have the versatility.
Wow.
He plays all inside positions. He doesn't play tackle.
Bold take, bro. Cutting JPJ, okay.
Or not cut, or trading him. I mean, like more than likely probably trading him.
Okay.
We're going to get rid of him. We're not going to keep him on the roster. Okay. Because if you see it,
that is a big thing, dog. Like, meaning, like, that's it. You just spent.
If he doesn't start,
but there's no ties. There's no ties to the regime either.
Yeah,
there's no ties to the regime, but you're still giving up a second round. You essentially wasted a second round pick on him and getting back nothing.
No, because you're trading him.
Oh, well, that's if you trade him. But you said cut him also, so that's what I'm saying.
Like, I don't want to.
Two different things, bro. I don't know.
Hey, if he's that low on the depth chart. If he's that low on the depth chart, you're going to either look him to move him, right? You're not going to keep him on the roster just because he's a 3rd round draft pick or a 2nd round pick for a team that he's not even playing on.
Let me ask you this question then. So what makes you think he would fall that low on the depth chart?
What would make you think that he's going to be so high on the depth chart?
I don't think he will fall that low to the depth chart, but what makes you think he'll fall that low?
Like, to me, like, I'm going to ask you something, and I'm going to like, because I like JPJ. I think he brings a lot of aspects, but I think he hasn't done shit. He had one good year, and after that, people go like, oh, well, hey, JPJ is such a badass. What has he done outside that 1 year?
Be on the bench.
Oh, wait. Chat, go ahead and kill
visiting team doctors.
Now I'm going to be like the JPJ hater.
like I said, like it. Like, kind of walks like it. Must be.
And for me, like, he had one good year, and then he's been on concussion protocol, right? And then they tell him to wear the helmet or the special helmet. He's sitting down with JPJ hater, like, and they tell him to wear the helmet, and he doesn't wear the helmet. So then that's where I go, and you know what? The guy that like really like got me to think like this was actually Severe. Like he was on a pod and he was talking about it, and then he said, "What has JPJ done outside that 1 year?" And I had to think about it myself. What has he done?
And when you start thinking,
oh. You're gonna answer that? Because I'll answer that for you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, look, yes, last year, part of the year or half of the year, I don't know, part of the year, he was out. But when he was there, he had a pretty good production. Now, mind you, I'm gonna say this too. Yeah, he made an impact, but look at the fucking line that we had. So the bar wasn't set high at all. You know what I mean? So, but he did make a difference. And that's the thing.
Hey,
And
availability
hold
is
on,
the
hold
best
on,
thing you can have.
hold on. But we were having all these discussions. I remember about JPJ, why they put him in, like when they put in, and, you know, the line did this and line did that. You know, the stats are out there, right? Do I think, and to answer your question, this is the only I'm referencing to that he'll fall that far down the totem pole, the depth chart? No, I do not think that. I feel like at the worst, he'll be middle of the pack, and that's at the worst. I feel like he's gonna be contending for a starting job. Now, if he doesn't win it, that means the talent was better. You know, that goes to show, like, okay, was it Telesco? Telesco was not 100% on the money about this guy, right? He got beat out by, let's say, Buford beats him out, right? Then we're like, what the fuck? Why did Buford beat him out? Or let's say Caleb Rogers, right? Why did Caleb beat him out? So, you know, what are the things that prevented him from being that you know, getting that starting job? But I don't think he's going to be to the point where he's like worse than Will Putnam, dog, or you know, Jordan Meredith. You know, like that. Damn, bro.
805 still in the building. Don't you talk about Jordan Meredith.
Don't you talk about my Jordan Meredith.
Hey, 805 might be in the building.
On that name.
He
Damn
might
it.
burn down this podcast now. But no, I'm going to tell you like this. I'm going to ask you something. How many offensive linemen are we going to carry this year then, Jay? And that's the biggest question. If we only want to carry a certain amount of offensive linemen, then that means JPJ better fall in the top six. If we want to carry 8, then he better be in that top 8. If we want to carry 9, then you better be in that top 9. I'll be like, most teams carry 7 to 8. Some teams can carry 6. But I'll be like, so if you're talking about it, all right, let's talk about it. Colton Miller, 1. Tyler Lindenbaugh, center, already locked in. That's why you already have those already locked up, right? Let's talk about either they were already talking about in the newspapers or in the with all the freaking people that the journalists about how Glaze, you know, is gonna make that comeback at right tackle. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, and JPJ doesn't play tackle. So then we go and we look at the guard position. Okay. He could either play right or left guard. We brought in Buford, who's going to have a higher understanding of the offense because he's already played in this offense. So you're not going to say that he's probably not going to start over Buford, right? Not at the very beginning. So that only leaves the right guard spot, right? So who else do we have at the right guard spot?
You think Buford is going to start at left?
Yeah, bro. I don't think you give Buford the facto like, oh, he's just going to start.
No,
bro.
I mean like at least game 1. I'm talking about game 1 preseason.
I think it's going to be a bar fight all the way up until like
the all right. So let me ask you this:
last couple of days of training.
Where do you see JPJ fitting then? Do you see him fitting at the left or the right guard?
Left. Wow.
So he's left. So the left guard is the pulling guard. Your left guard is more athletic than your right guard. Your right guard is usually your mauler because your right guard and your right tackle are usually your maulers, right? They're your road graders. So then you're saying that you guys expect JPJ to be our best puller on the team. Because that's what your left guard is your best puller on your team. A guy that pulls into the hole.
Yeah, but we saw him. He was able to go ahead and do that last year, bro. So it's not like we're asking him to do something he's never ever done. He was able to go ahead and do it.
Was he able to do it at a high clip?
But he can be that mauler, but doesn't necessarily exclude him. Like he can't fucking pull either, dog. Like he can definitely do that. We saw him do that last year. Now to the high clip, that's the fucking question. I don't think you just.
That's what we have to see this season.
Write them off. Yes, exactly. I don't think you just write them off and say Buford's going to do it because Buford knows how to do it. Like he's been.
No, what I'm saying is he knows the offense. He knows who to block.
But how long ago was that Kubiak and Buford were together?
Bro, so he coming from the Shanahan system. They're all from the Shanahan tree. So there's a lot of
But
similarities.
Shanahan
in
could
that.
do things differly than
Correct.
than
But there's a
Kubiak,
lot of
bro.
similarities to it.
There's a
And
lot of
Kubiak was that.
similarities, but it's still a new system for him. So I feel like I don't think you should just go ahead and completely write up JPJ or at least not even fuck JPJ, put him aside, just de facto give it to Beaver, bro. I think you should. I think it's gonna be a dogfight all the way through, bro. I don't know.
I'm not de factoing it. What I'm saying is in the preseason, game 1 in the preseason. Game 1 in the preseason, you have to be ready to go. You think, and again, this is coming from last year, right? Where what was JPJ known for? He was struggling with what? And we said, oh, he proved it last year. How many games did he really play in last year?
I got it for you right here. He only played in he started in 7 and played in 8.
So again, this year we're going to figure out whether it was the coaching or whether it was the player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the injury did not help, bro. And I've been a proponent of him wearing that fucking Guardian cap. I'm like, bro.
Dude, and he doesn't wear it.
The head, you're gonna get concussed. Like you need to wear it, dog.
Yeah, Jay's been advocate. He's like, bro, just put it on. Like, just wear it
on, bro. It's like, you on that date, bro. You know you're gonna do the dance, bro. Gotta make sure you're fucking. That's your first time on that dance with this new girl. Gotta make sure you're protected, bro. Don't you go.
But my thing is
raw dog it, bro. Don't you do it.
You play on a position, bro, where you get more contact than any other position on the line.
Yeah. Especially at the head area.
And if it's something that protects you and something that puts you out there and gives you availability, which, hey, right now, Coach just said, availability is the biggest thing that JPJ lacks.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just put on that stupid helmet and look like a big old bubble helmet, but be a fucking road grader, I don't give a fuck. They'll make bobbleheads of you, bro, and call it the road grader.
Put the fuck the shield on.
Jackson Powers Johnson bobblehead day.
Yeah, fuck, bro.
Hey, let me ask you this: did you trade
JPJ
for Vita Vea?
I don't think they'd take him.
No, they like if they took him in a trade package.
I mean, if they did, yeah, I'd do it.
I wouldn't be mad at it. Not with the guys that we have.
But he's a second round pick.
I would say this, Will. Here's why I would take it. It's because you have other names that the guard spot is not set in stone. JPJ is not a set in stone starter.
Nope.
So you could trade him away for Vita Vea. Because you still got competition there at the guard position. You still got players here that can make a name for themselves. And, I mean, you're high on Trey Zune. I think a lot of us are high on Trey Zune. And I think he can find a way to start on the, to answer this question, I think he's going to win one of those guard positions. Okay. I think Trey Zune will win one. Now, which guard position? Is it your left guard or right guard? To Will's point, I think Trey Zune's fighting for that left guard position.
That's where I'm at.
Zune is fighting for that left guard position. I think that's why, if I'm reading Will's mind here, I think that's why he says JPJ needs to win that right guard position.
That's where I'm at with it. Dude, to me, that's where he fits the best, okay? Like, honestly, out of everything that we said, right, he hit the nail on the head. At the right guard position is where I think JPJ will excel the most. It allows him to really just lay forward and fucking use his weight and use his grit, because it's not his athletic ability that makes him a great blocker, and it's not that his great mind makes him this guy.
Is his nastiness willing to
let him be
on their ass?
Yeah, let him be nasty. Let him play that right guard and get after some ass.
Positive necessary.
Yeah.
Hey, do whatever you gotta do, bro. Whatever you gotta do. But hey, real quick, our guy Hollywood Raider Jeff, he says, "I'm bringing my special pen with me to the Hope opener to sign my walk-on contract to play offensive line if they don't get their shit together by preseason." There you go. Now
that shit, Jeff.
We get to the point. We're gonna bring Jeff out of retirement. He's gonna go ahead and relinquish his Dunkin' Donuts endorsement contract and come play for the Las Vegas Raiders. I want to see it happen. Let's fucking go.
But yeah, I mean, I think Zune is definitely gonna. I could see Zune winning that left guard spot. I really do.
I'm gonna put this out. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna move on to the next one. But we didn't talk about the right tackle, and I don't know about Glaze. I don't know about Glaze, bro. And I feel like Charles Grant could fuck around and give him some competition there. Don't count that kid out. Don't count him out. So I don't think that right side is fully solidified as people would think. I think it's gonna be a battle. I think we're gonna see if Glaze is really the guy, or could there be a change? So I also want to put that out there because I don't think that right tackle position is 100% solidified. I think it's still up for grabs. I think anything can happen with that position. I'm gonna keep it pushing. Let's go to the wide receiver room. Which wide receiver will stand out? And because this shit always comes up, could there be a wide receiver free agent signing before the start of the season? What do y'all think? Primos? Take it away.
You know, it's funny. I want to say Jack Bech, but I don't think he's gonna break out. I don't think we're gonna see. I don't know. I don't want to put my name on Jack Bech's potential that he can reach it. I'm gonna say Trey Tucker. Clint Kubiak has been singing his praises, and I think we got to see what Trey Tucker can bring. 4th year. I've been critical of Trey Tucker. He hasn't shown me anything personally on why I think people are high on him, but I think he needs to stand out. You're going into your 4th year, and I get it. You have a new coach, new coaching staff, new playbook, but he has improved. His stats have gotten better each year he's been here. His yards have gotten better. Now the touchdowns were low from last year, but you could put that on the quarterback that he had. And according to a lot of statistics out there, Trey Tucker had he was like open on a lot of his routes, and Geno just didn't throw it his way. So I'm expecting for Trey to take that next step and be that standout, and we're gonna see it because he has a quarterback now that can get him the football. Now, will there be a free agent signing? Yeah. I think there still could be a free agent signing, but this is more of a testament towards after Trey Tucker and Jalen Naylor, which wide receiver is going to step up? Is it going to be Jack Bech? Is it going to be Dante Thornton Jr.?
Yeah.
Is it going to be a Cedric Jackson? They already cut Jonathan Brady. He's already out. You got, I think, EJ Williams, who's another UDFA there. Yeah. Like, who else is going to be that wide receiver 3? Who's going to step up and be that wide receiver 3? And that's why, for me, Jack Bech has that pressure to – we're talking about, can JPJ win one of those starting spots? Can Jack Bech find a way onto the football field as a wide receiver 3? And let me ask you guys this. Do you want a second-round pick as your wide receiver 3? He should be your wide receiver 2. Maybe your wide receiver 1. But I haven't seen anything from Jack Bech last year. Again, he's going into a second year. So the pressure is on him. But if he cannot make any splashes in preseason and training camp, then I think we do see a free agent signing before the season starts, because you can't just roll. If anyone outside of Trey Tucker and Jalen Naylor cannot show you anything, whether that's great hands, great route running, good releases in the preseason, bro, just might as well go get you a Stephon Diggs or one of these veteran wide receivers.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what are your thoughts?
Well, shit, hey, baby, hey, you guys didn't know, but, I'm just getting stretched out right now. I'll be at camp tomorrow.
Raider Will's fighting for that wide receiver 3 spot.
Hey, I'm going to be out there catching some heladas, and like catching some cold ones out there fucking on the 50. No, honestly, man, who do I expect? And it could be a number of guys, because we have a lot of speed on this team, and honestly, I think it's going to be the kid that we brought out of Minnesota, Naylor. I think that he's going to develop into something, and I think they're going to use him in the slot. Now, I know that Bowers is also used in the slot, but they're going to have different packages, right? And I think they're going to use him with that like widthwise speed. And that Trey Tucker can also have a freaking great season that way. But it all depends on who makes catches and who has drops.
Yeah.
You know, so at the end of the day, I'll go with the kid from Minnesota just to say, hey, something a little bit different, because I don't see Jack Besh coming in here and going like, all of a sudden, fucking this kid's making separation. I'll be like, they're talking about it already at training camp that he couldn't make separation. That, oh, we can't wait to see him with his pads on. He can block. And we about to sign Severe up. Look at that, man. He's 6'4", 218.
There you go.
Hey, and I'm sure he can block too. I'll be like, hey, he could
put some pads on Severe right now. Go get him a helmet, man. Go get him a helmet.
We get Jack Besh out there to block,
camp, bro.
We sneak in Severe to block.
Yeah,
you know.
We'll give you that 6'9" jersey, brother. Nobody knows. Who's number 69 out there? I don't know. Not on this one. He's not on the fucking. He's on the clipboard.
I don't know. Hey, but that receiver sure can't block. That's why I want him on my team.
Give that man a contract.
and that's why I don't want to hear about Jack Besh being able to block. I want to hear about him making separation, making tough catches, doing all those things. Now, if he starts doing all those things in camp, then he'll make the team. But honestly, guys, like if you look at our roster at wide receiver, where is the hope? Dante Thornton, Cedric Jackson is probably the only guy that I see on there that isn't like a top flight name that I go like, hey man, I hope that guy makes it. And it's not just because his name is like, or he's related to Bo Jackson. I can give two fucks about that.
Oh, he came into the game and caught a touchdown. Like,
and I was like, whoa, this kid has
more touchdowns than Jack Besh.
There you go. That's all that needs to be said. So
like that's insane. More touchdowns than Jack Besh. That's crazy.
I'm with Coach too. I mean, like Malik Benson. I mean, like, and we're talking. And the crazy thing is, guys, in the receiver room, we're talking about guys that are picked in the 6th round.
Mm-hmm.
There's no top flight name. So you want to talk about a dog fight? That's a dog fight, bro.
I think Naylor will be the guy that kind of that stands out. To be honest with you, I think just being under Justin Jefferson in that Glenn Kubiak system, I think he's gonna go ahead and do some stuff. You know,
fucking Severe, bro.
It's a scary water.
There you go, bro.
That's like it's a scary like it's like when you break it down, it's a scary room going into camp. Yeah. And it is surprising like that they haven't signed a veteran wide receiver. But like I said, I think
bro, I honestly don't. I don't see them going on and getting like a Stephon Diggs or anything like that sort, bro.
Why?
I'm just thinking if preseason looks bad. Oh, yeah.
It would have happened by now. I mean, you know, they've been floating out there forever and a day now. We're starting training camp, and
they would take a cheap deal.
Yeah,
bro. I don't need none of that bullshit drama that those fucking guys bring. Okay, all these guys are high diva wide receivers. Unless you're bringing in a DeAndre Hopkins, a guy that's humble, I don't want to hear shit about that. Because with the young fucking quarterback, he's going to demand the football. It's going to make him look towards that guy and force the football in one direction. I want this kid to read the whole fucking field. If he doesn't have anybody that's a stud, he's going to freaking read his one option, which is Brock Bowers, and everybody else, the rest of the field. If you bring in a fucking Stephon Diggs with him and his fucking WAP and all this other shit that he has coming with him, I'm be like, bro, I don't want to hear none of that shit.
He bringing Cardi B to Allegiant.
Bro, you don't want none of that. Yeah. I don't want to hear about Tyreek Hill and his 15 baby mamas coming after us.
They're gonna set up a daycare next to headquarters, bro.
Bro, they're gonna turn the jail into a
daycare. Build one just for him.
Justin, now on sale, you could get a Las Vegas Raiders baby crib.
That's something we can address in the first round next year, bro. If it becomes such a big issue, address it in the first round next year.
They'll give Diggs his charge already, bro. I would just get this out of the way, bro. Let me flip it to this side. Let's go ahead and go to the other side of the football. Let's go to the defensive side. Let's talk about this. The battles in the secondary. We've got the corner now, nickel, and free safety. Sorry, I meant to put free FS. But free safety, what are you guys looking towards that? And then also, I'm going to hit you guys off with this one as well. What should we expect from this linebacker room as well? We talked about, we briefly talked about last week, Quiddy Payne, Nakobe Dean, just those guys, being out there. But other than that, it's a little thin. It's a little thin. Mm-hmm. So what should we expect from these linebackers this season? Well, I'll hit you back up. I'll go back to you, my boy.
All right, man. So you said
battles in secondary.
With the battles in the secondary, man, what I expect is for Traydon Stooks to push Terrion Johnson in the nickel spot. You'll have Stokes outside at one corner, and then the other corner position is wide open. You got Gerard McCoy if Gerard McCoy is ready to go. You got Porter. You got so many other guys that are fighting. Yeah, you got Ezekiel Masses. You got so many guys fighting for that second corner spot second corner spot's really going to be interesting. At free safety, or at strong safety, you'll have Jeremy Chin. The other spot that's going to be interesting is going to be the free safety spot. Is it going to be Isaiah Palumau? Or is it going to be somebody else, another young guy that comes and takes it, right? That's kind of the interesting spots. I'll be like, if Terrion Johnson gets pushed out of that nickel spot, I don't see him making this roster. Okay, because he's already older. He's just got signed. But if you got just pushed out by a rookie, where am I going to put you? Unless they put him outside at corner. That would be the only other way, and I don't know how comfortable he is outside. The linebacker room might be thin. But from the starters, you're going to see a big upgrade. And people are talking about us being in a 3-4. Guys, we're going to see a mixture. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to see a lot more 4-3 base than 3-4. We just don't have the personnel for a 3-4 front.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day,
as of right now.
Yeah. Well, and that's where we're at, right? So that's why I'm saying, I'm like, we're talking as of right now. So at the end of the day, I'm like, bro, I think you're going to see massive amounts of improvement, but you're also going to see a lot of mistakes because we're youthful. Okay. Stokes, we know he can cover, but the opposite side, they're going to get abused and they're going to make mistakes. Yeah.
They're going to get tested.
And I'd be like, will we be able to stop the run? I think so. But it's always, the Raiders are always great at putting the teams in third down. The thing is, can we get exactly? Are we going to be able to make those stops on third down? Is always going to be the biggest question.
Yeah.
So there you go, bro. Primo, go.
That's where your secondary linebackers come in. So that's why we having this conversation. And I talked about Masses last week, and I believe Masses is going to compete for that corner 2 spot. But again, it's all depending on Jermon McCoy. On his health. If he's healthy, I think McCoy is going to take that corner 2 spot, and Masses is going to be a death piece coming in on different packages, likely third down. If it's like third and long, you want to put your DBs out there. And I think Stooks is interesting because I do agree with Arnie. I think Stooks is going to push Isaiah Palomalo out of the free safety spot, but then where does he fit? Where does that nickel corner fit? And I don't know. If you have Stooks at free safety, who's going to play the nickel if Terrion Johnson doesn't make the roster? That's where it will be my concern because, I've talked about maybe you could put Darian Porter there, but he's more of a big body corner that you would probably rather have him be on the outside. So that's where I'm interested on that nickel corner spot for the training camp. And then for linebackers, we're already having issues with Nakobe Dean and his health. And then after that, it's thin. You got Lindenberg and you got Eichenberg. You got 2 guys, and then
pump the brakes. Hold on.
I'm gonna throw this out there. CN Sloan. CN Sloan.
Yeah, I heard the kid's making waves, but
And then
the
severe
brakes open.
guy.
Hey,
Severe guy.
Yeah.
we're not
Sorry.
having no injury difficulties. The guy hasn't even shown up for the first day of practice, and we talk about he's already.
I'm just going based off what's coming out of the
Hey.
headquarters. That's it.
Come on, man.
But
Come
hey,
on.
no. What should I expect from the linebacker? If we're okay, let me say this: if Dean comes in and he's healthy, then I'm expecting we're gonna have a better play from our linebackers. We're not gonna have like the Devin White's giving half effort, but also we know how Robbie Leonard wants to play. He wants to play aggressive. He made that very clear. So we're gonna expect Quay Walker and Nakobe Dean to not only cover the back end, but they're gonna come on blitz packages, which they can stop the run, or they can, they're gonna apply pressure on the quarterback, and that can open it up for the defensive line. So I am expecting improvement from the linebackers, but my watch is the coverage still, because I don't know if it was Quay Walker and it was Packers fans saying he struggles in coverage, and he struggled last year in coverage with the Packers. So I am going to be watching how Quay and Nakobe both how they are in coverage, but I do believe that they are going to be an improvement from last year from the linebackers that we've had.
Yeah, for sure. Real quick, again, appreciate everyone pulling up and rocking with us on this Monday night.
Yeah.
Salute to everybody in the building. We got over 70 in the building. Shout out to everybody on X. If you guys are on X, make sure you guys go ahead and click that link that's in the chat. Come on over to YouTube. Be a part of the chat, y'all. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit the likes and subscribe to all the channels here. If you're not subscribed already, salute to everybody in the building. All right. For me, honestly, I'm very interested to see what's going to happen at the corner. We know we have Stooks. If they give the all go ahead to Jermon McCoy, bro, we're gonna be pretty fucking good at that corner on the outside, bro, for sure. The nickel between, I think it's gonna be a 3-way fight between the Johnsons, and you're gonna throw in Stooks in there. I said it the last week. I think that anything can happen there, but I feel like they might put Stooks kind of in a dual role where you might see him sometimes in the nickel, but you probably see him most of the time on that free safety. I feel that he's probably gonna beat Isaiah Paul-Mount, and I like Isaiah Paul-Mount. He's a USC guy. I love that dude, but I know he played it outside of his normal position. He didn't have a great year. But I think just looking at it kind of from the outside and basing on the year prior, I feel Stooks and him are going to battle it out. And I think Stooks might have the edge. If we drafted this dude high in the second round, that says something. If you looked at his tape, it's very impressive. But can that correlate in the NFL at this level during preseason, during training camp? That's the thing we're going to find out. So, but I think it's going to be a battle there, and you never know. Stooks might get the better of that matchup. So that's kind of how Chen. He's staying put where he's at. I don't think there's going to be anything there. But out of just the secondary, I feel that's kind of how it's going to go ahead and shape up. The linebacker room, if we can go ahead and get Dean in there with Quay, bro, this is going to be some. They're going to be some smash mouth fucking football. And we're going to go ahead and get some good coverage in that middle, something that we've needed for a while now, right? But the thing that concerns me is that after that, they ain't much. So can Sloan really develop and be that guy? And can we see more of an improvement out of the Birds? Either Cody Lindenberg or Tommy Eichenberg, one of those two guys. And then, again, the two rookies, Sloan and then Sori is the other one. I feel like they have a good shot to be able to go ahead and make the roster just because of where we're at with the linebacker room. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over to this one. We're going to go ahead and talk about the D-line. And now things might change because I know that everybody who popped in just a little bit ago been asking about Vita Vea. Now things might change because we don't know, watch fucking 2 days from now. Vita Vea to the Raiders. It's happened. You know, like that shit could happen. I
It
don't know.
could.
Right? So, but who for right now at this moment in time, he's not here. But who will play the nose? Who's going to start the opposite of Max? And I'm going to throw this one at y'all. How much of an impact will for the new Quiddy Pay that we just went out and got? How much of an impact will he be? All right. Well, who wants to take the lead on this one? Primos, you got first. So
no, because I'm thinking, I'm like, man, at the nose, I want to say Adam Butler just because he's the veteran, you know, in the group, you know, a lot of guys like, you know, you got Tonka Hemingway and JJ Pegues going into year 2. I think your safe bet is going to be an Adam Butler at nose tackle. On the opposite side, it's got to be, I want to say Malcolm Kuntz is going to be on the opposite side of Max, but I think given the contract that we paid Quiddy Pay 3 years, $48 million, you got to have a big impact from Quiddy Pay. Now, what does that look like? He had back-to-back seasons with 8 sacks, and then I believe he had 5 last year, if I'm not mistaken. So is he going to take that next leap? I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of things out of Pay when he was with Indy, especially last year going on a decline, and they had a pretty good, you know, defense. They had a pretty good team around him. I could see Kuntz possibly getting more reps on the opposite side of Max over Pay. And I'm expecting a big year out of Malcolm Kuntz. So I would say who's going to start on the opposite of Max? You know what? I'm going to say it's a hot take. Malcolm Kuntz is going to be starting on the opposite side of Max. And Adam Butler will be our nose tackle. Am I happy about him starting at the nose tackle? I know 805 probably would hate me on that because I'm not happy about it just because he's not your true nose. But hey, I'm gonna trust 805, and he said that he played some good nose tackle with the New England Patriots, and I'm hoping he can do that this upcoming season.
Yeah. Will.
Man, I'm gonna give you this one because I gotta get going after this one. So, guys, check this one out. At nose tackle, you're gonna see Adam Butler do a rotation with Tonka Hemingway, with Lalau. You're going to see those guys do a rotation for right now, right? We're talking about the guys that we have in-house. You'll see JJ Pegues. You'll see all those 2 guys because we're going to run a 4-3, 4-2-5, 3-4 scheme. It's going to be a hybrid scheme because, again, we don't have the personnel to run a straight 3-4. We just don't have that zero technique D tackle. Yeah. So then you'll see 2 D tackles. Opposite side of them, you're either – for me, it's going to be Quiddy or Pay. Yeah, Quiddy Pay.
Yeah.
Quiddy Pay is going to have a big season. Why? Because he's a run-stopping defensive end. If you look at it, when you play opposite side guys, you usually try to have one that's more pass rush, one that stops the run more. And in my opinion, you're going to see Malcolm Kuntz more used as a linebacker. Okay. In a 3-4 scheme, you're going to see him be that outside linebacker. You're not going to see him be a defensive end. So that's why, to me, Pay is going to have more of an impact playing opposite side, as in saying the opposite side defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
But, all right, guys, I got to get
I was going to hit you with this one. Give me real quick. I think. Who do you think is going to be the standout?
On defense?
And all the whole camp.
Standout of the camp.
Ooh.
Boom. Hold on, wait. Let me do the sound effects. Oh man, I missed it. Damn.
Okay. It is going to be a shocker because it's going to come out of the wide receiver room. People are going to be talking about Trey Tucker having a great preseason. That he looks sharp out there, that he's making great cuts, that he's running great routes, just like last year. You're going to hear the name of one of the offensive linemen. I don't know who it is, but whoever solidifies that left tackle spot, I think you'll probably hear Trey Zune's name come out as being the outstanding rookie coming out of camp.
You love your Trey Zune, don't you?
Love my war daddies, baby. But hey,
your
man,
war
hey, I
daddy.
appreciate you guys, man. I got to get out of here, guys. Hey, you know what, guys? Please make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit up my boy Jay Raider and Raider Primos and finish the show with them. Hey, I got to get up out of here, though, fellas. I appreciate y'all, man.
Hey,
No problem.
man, I appreciate you. Make
Yes.
sure you guys go ahead and pull up and tap into my guy, Silver and Black Radio podcast. Make sure you guys go ahead and give him a subscribe if you're not subscribed already. So, hey, I will see ya next week.
See you,
Or not
Raider
sooner.
Will.
There you go. All right, let me go ahead and hit you up with this one. And this is something probably that I don't know how many people maybe may or may have not been kind of thinking about, because we're so caught up in the player aspect and what we're looking to go ahead and see from them, but nobody has really thought about this question and really, as far as we have first time rookies this season. How are they going to perform, right? Because again, caught up with Fernando, Kirk Cousins, all the rookies that we just went out and grabbed, all the free agents that we went out and grabbed. But nobody, it's so easy to forget about the coaches on kind of it's literally Robbie Leonard's first stint as the defensive coordinator. Don't forget also Andrew Janocko. Andrew Janocko is also a first-time offensive coordinator, and then the boss man Clint Kubiak. This is his first stint as an actual head coach. It's a big step up from being able to go ahead and just focus on your offense and focus on your side of the ball and just worry about that, not having to worry about the whole grand scheme of the whole team, or worrying on the opposite side of the ball. Now you're the guy. You're the one who's making decisions. Though again, you might be entrusting your defensive coordinator, who's also a rookie himself. How much is that going to play a factor? Is that going to go ahead and impede some of its decision making? We saw some of that last year with old man Pete and some of the decisions he took, right? Bringing in his boys, Pete and Brandon, right? We saw how that turned out. Awful, right? So how much of an impact is this going to be for them? How do you think they're going to go ahead and perform this season? I mean, we know offensively Clinton is good, but now running the show, how do you feel that's going to go ahead and kind of transpire?
And that's what I want to see. I want to see how does he manage, time management is my biggest one. We struggled with game management, whether when to use our timeouts, when to throw the challenge flag. We struggled it with AP and old man Pete too, which was crazy because Pete, you've been here before. AP, you kind of were like, okay, he's learning on the fly. That's what I want to see out of Clint Kubiak. Like you said, Jay, we know what he's going to bring to the offensive side of football. He's one of the best offense coordinators last year. He was basically last year's Ben Johnson, essentially. Mm-hmm. And so what do I want to see this year? When are you going to call a challenge flag? When are you going to call a timeout? I want to see how does he manage the game, not just from the offense, but from the defense. When the defense is, whether they're getting shredded, they're allowing the team to go up and down the field. When do you need to call that timeout and be like, Rob Leonard, I need to pull you aside? Mm-hmm. What's going on? Because you are running the entire show. This is like you said, Jay, you're not just in charge of the offense. You're in charge of the entire team now. You have to know what is going on the defensive side of football, not just on the offense. And then going over to Rob Leonard, you are calling an entire defense. You are not in charge of just the defensive line. He said we want to play aggressive football on the defensive side. And I'm excited for that because I want to see a defense to attack the football, create more turnovers. But I also seen that an aggressive defense can also bite you in the ass if you don't know what you're doing out there.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of scares me also, because if Rob Leonard's just, attack, if opposing offenses and offensive coordinators know you want to be aggressive and you're going to bring the blitz, if you don't have a corner on the outside that can lock down, i.e. Jamal McCoy or whoever's going to win that corner too, or we are high on Eric Stokes. But it is Rob Leonard's job to put these guys in position to make plays. If you are not putting these guys in position to make plays and you're just calling all out blitz, like what was it, Greg Williams did in 2020 against us,
Right.
calling out a blitz and basically blowing games away. And I'm gonna look at Rob Leonard like you just weren't ready. But Spytech seen something in you, Clint seen something in you that they made the decision to promote you to DC. So all I can do is I'm trusting Clint, but you could then hold Clint accountable for that as well. If Rob Leonard doesn't work out, that's a Clint Kubiak decision. He was accountable for that this offseason. He said, I made that decision. I wasn't pressured to make it. I had an interview with Robbie Leonard, and I like what he wanted to do on the defense side of the football. So I decided to promote him to defense coordinator. If that doesn't work out, Clint, are you ready to be a head coach?
Yeah.
Were you ready to be a head coach? And then for Andrew Janocko, I don't know, because I know when it comes to the offensive coordinator spot, that's where it's a little bit iffy for me, because I know Clint's going to be the one calling all the shots. Now, I would not be surprised if we see maybe Andrew Janocko calling some plays in preseason. I know a lot of offensive-minded head coaches do that, where they give the playbook to their offensive or the play calling to their offensive coordinator in preseason. So I would love to see Andrew Janocko call plays in preseason and see how he works the offense. You know, God forbid anything happens to Clint Kubiak in the regular season, Andrew Janocko is likely going to be the guy calling plays. He's the next man up. So you want to see how does he handle calling plays, because I guarantee his play calling style and Clint Kubiak's play calling style totally different. Of course, it's going to be the same playbook, but they're going to call plays different depending on the situation that we are given. So it is definitely, there's a lot of questions that go into this season when it comes to these coaches. And I believe that goes into the reason why we said, oh, this is like a 5-win team, or this, we're not expecting playoffs, is because there's a lot of first timers, not just the players, like you said, it's the coaches too. Are they coming in with a lot of hype? Yes, but that was what they did as coordinators. We've seen this many, many times where you're just not fit to be a head coach. You're not fit to be a defensive coordinator.
I hate to bring this up, and I feel like it's taboo, bro. McDummy was a prime example of that, bro.
He's just a great offensive coordinator.
Yeah. That's what he is, bro, and that's what he just ever will be. That's just the fact of it, you know. So with Clint Kubiak, and then also too, like I heard also that, you know, he doesn't have that bubbly personality. He's not that outgoing guy, that, you know, charismatic guy. That's not who he is, right? And that's fine for us. You know, we don't, you know, that doesn't matter for the fan base, for the press.
Yeah.
But for the players, that's where it is important. Like how are you going to relate to the players? So I've also heard he's had great relationships with the players. So maybe it's just the fact that he just sucks doing media shit and just sucks for the camera and microphone. That's I'll take that all day, bro.
He's all ball. They said it. He's all ball,
bro. Yeah. So long as you can, like, you know, you're getting in tune with your players, with your guys in the building, with your coaches. That's also very important. We saw that last year too. The major disconnect between Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly. We've seen that, you know, and other regimes too, where there's a disconnect between like GM and head coach. That's also a big thing there. So all that takes, you know, for me, I feel all that is a factor on how this season could potentially pan out. And yes, I made that specific point to somebody in a comment from like one of the shorts that we posted the other day in regards to that, like, you know, me saying I don't feel that we're going to get 6 wins. Well, I feel that 4 wins is getting 4 wins this season is, to me, is an improvement. A success, right? Or because we're building off something with so many variables, that you have a new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator, you know, a new head coach. You got 2 new quarterbacks, even though one quarterback is very familiar with the system. Yes, he's a vet, but still, you got to play with other guys that don't know the system, that don't know your timing. You don't know their timing. That's also, it plays a factor as well. So a lot of stuff going on that everything, it could just fall apart, or it could just go ahead and gel and work out, and we can have a good productive season. So
Mm-hmm.
all that takes effect. I mean, I'm excited to see Robin Leonard, take his place and run the reins on the defensive side of the ball for sure. I'm very excited to see what Andrew Janoko, and I feel that he's going to be an integral part of this offense. And I feel like he's going to be calling not as much plays as people might think. He's not going to be calling every single play, but Clint's going to have to go ahead and turn to him to go ahead and execute certain things because he's going to be concentrated on the overall picture. And again, this is kind of going back to the days with AP, like the game management, all those little things plays a factor. When do you challenge, when do you call your timeouts? It's so important. Just how do you manage your game?
When do you go for a field goal or do you go for it on 4th down?
Exactly. Those things matter. So, and that's 100% on the head coach. You can't go to Janoko and be like, you fucked up on that one, bro. Like, what were you thinking? That's all you, bro. Like, you got the ball now. Like, you're the guy. So, I'm interested. The difference is, and I didn't want to make the comparison to AP, but the thing with AP never really had a big coaching gig. I think that was his first time in the NFL. Clint Kubiak has already had a pretty good career in the NFL, with the last 3 seasons being an offensive coordinator and now getting up to this. Well, he just won the Super Bowl. So, I mean, I think if it wasn't us,
whoever was holding, if we were not holding the first overall pick,
is worth the job, bro.
He was going somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. So, I feel that in itself is more than enough credential to know, like, hey, this guy at least has some competency to be able to hold this position. Before it was like a whole other thing. We could get into a whole different other show just of that. But yeah, I feel that it's gonna be we're gonna look at this closely. I feel that I think Clint will do a really good job, bro. But those are the little things I feel that maybe everybody should kind of keep an eye out for on the game management part. And I know it feels like it's so minuscule, like it doesn't really matter, but it really does matter because we've seen games won and lost because of a mistake. Like, hey, you should have called timeout when you kept pressing the ball, like.
Yeah, Jay, we could go to our 2016 season. Like, Jack Del Rio, the decision making that he made, I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of it was risky, but a lot of those wins came out his risky judgment and his risky takes. And again, that's 100% on Del Rio. That's why a lot of people were saying, oh, Del Rio got balls of steel because he would take so many risks. But again, it could either work for you or it could work against you. And that's what Kubiak is going to be dealing with this upcoming season.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Mike 805. He said, I think Mike McCoy is going to play a big role on the time management side and situational decisions during the game. Should allow Kubiak to focus on calling plays, but rely on McCoy for information. And you have McCoy for that, and that's all good. But eventually, I would like to see Clint also take charge of that as well. My biggest the thing with that, and he has a great supporting cast. That's great. But also too, we've had that where does decision making?
Too many chefs in the kitchen.
Exactly. Who's going to be really calling the shots at that point? We saw that happen with AP with I forgot what's his name. What was it? Marvin Lewis, right?
Oh yeah,
Marvin Lewis. Yeah, and it was like, who the fuck is calling the shots? And then
is it Tom Coughlin? Is it Marvin Lewis? Is it AP?
What do I feel?
Who is it?
But I feel Clint is more green than AP. No, I feel Clint has the upper hand because he has a good amount of time in the NFL and has led offenses. I feel like he has a good grasp of like, bro, you know how to manage your timeouts and manage your game clock and be able to go ahead and really control the speed of the game. If you need to pick up tempo, if you need to go ahead and slow it down because you're trying to burn clock because you got a 3-point lead or you're up by a touchdown, whatever, you got like 6 minutes to go. I feel like he has that grasp in his mind. So I don't know. That's the only concern with like you get like assistant coach.
We haven't seen that.
Who's a
part of him.
vet. Yeah, we have a vet assistant coach with a rookie head coach. Is like, I don't know. Sometimes they don't work out too well, but hopefully I'm wrong, bro. Shout out to Severe.
It's a good
The
comment,
concern
good
with how
comment.
Robert Leonard is coaching that is that we may get more turnovers, but we also give up more big plays because we're going to be
Yes.
extra aggressive on defense. And yes,
Yes.
that's also a concern
That's the
because
concern.
you got to find that balance, bro. You got to playing that
Yes.
that to the dance, bro. Is finding that balance where you're aggressive, but you're also
Can
protecting
be too
yourself.
aggressive, and that's what I want to see from Rob Leonard, and that's what I was trying to make that point. Great comment by Severe. Is
Yeah.
I don't want him to be too like. When do you know when to slow the aggression down? Because that's the thing. You don't want to be, because if you're getting turnovers, okay, maybe it's okay. But if you're not getting turnovers and you're getting beat, now we got a problem. Now you got to find that balance, and you got to try to tone down that aggression. Now, do you know how to find that balance and not just get overly conservative? And it's like, okay, now we're just gonna play all back and just give up first downs, give up 6-yard catches, 10-yard catches. That's what I want to see out of Rob Leonard. Is can you, like you said, Jay, can he find that balance?
Yeah,
when to call it, to not be too conservative, but also not too overly aggressive.
Yeah, for sure. But I think we'll wrap it up here, bro.
Yeah, and we got we got more, but hey, Raider Will got to be here for that.
I know, bro. I just, if he would have just went out, but he had to go. But yeah, man. Great show again. Appreciate everybody who's been tapping in and rocking with us. Fuck, we're almost been on 3 goddamn hours. I told you it was a lot to unpack today.
It was.
Christ, yes.
And the Raiders and the NFL decided to add some more with the Vita Vea stuff.
Yes, bro. I had less segments than what I initially had, and then we got into a whole thing. Yeah, it's crazy. I know. Shout out to Raider Des. I know you've been asking about him, bro. Yeah, Tassi's out. Don't know about it. Go back to the beginning of the show, and then you can catch our takes on that. It was actually pretty good. But again, appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit the subscribe on the shows, on all 3 shows, on all 3 channels. If you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Head on over, hit those subscribe buttons on all the channels. It does really help to go ahead and support the show.
It costs you guys
nothing, but it really does help to go ahead and support the shows. Yes. Makes us
very much
more fire content to you guys. Let them know, what do you have going on this week?
Go live again Wednesday, 5:00. Training camp is here, so definitely should have some things planned for Wednesday, possibly even planned for Friday. Now that football is back, veterans reporting tomorrow. I would have went live tomorrow, but I'm heading to the A's game with my dad. Red Sox are in town, so I gotta spend some time with my dad. So yeah, Wednesday, you guys we'll likely talk. Anything that comes out tomorrow, you guys will probably be recapping that on Wednesday. And if there's anything that happens it's basically going to be Tuesday, Wednesday recap on Wednesday. So tune in for that 5:00. We're going to be recapping training camp, and then Friday, we'll see if there's any Raiders news going on that we can hop on Friday live. And so yeah, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, so you guys are not missing anything from that content that I'm going to be bringing you guys.
Yes,
and also don't be late to Monday nights, 5:00.
Damn it, be on time. No, don't do that, bro, because they're gonna hold us to the fucking same fire. Like, y'all late, y'all again. I hear the show all the time when I do the connection. Y'all late. I'm like, well, it's not me most of the time, bro.
Hey, what's it mean?
I don't got the controls to go, bro. I have to wait. I'm like, what do you want me to do, bro? So I can't blame those dudes either, because sometimes my ass is late, bro, when I do this solo show. So, whatever, bro.
Life happens. But hey, we appreciate that. They still was here. Nation still showed up, man. Nation still showed up. We love them.
I'll be late to my own funeral. Wow. For me, I don't really got nothing going on. May do another Good Morning Raiders this Saturday. We'll see. But for sure, next Saturday, I'll be on for a fresh episode of Good Morning Raiders. So make sure you guys go ahead and hit that bell. Stay tapped in. I'm gonna be dropping content content this week. So make sure you guys hit that noti on this channel. And you never know, bro. You never know, everyone. We may
be coming on here for some
get that
breaking news.
notification that something happened. So when news drops, we go on. Don't be left out in the dark. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification
Yes.
on all these channels. So I'll bring these guys on. Be like, yo, got the link. Let's go. We're going. I don't give a damn what I'm doing.
Via Veda is a Raider. You never know. You never know. We've seen crazier things, man, that happened before the season started. We've seen crazier things.
Yeah, exactly. But all right, that's it for us. Make sure you guys tap in next Monday at the same bat time and the same bat channels. So we'll see y'all on the next one. Appreciate you guys.
Have a good night,
always,
nation.
Yes, sir. And for me, as always, just Raiders, baby. Don't you damn forget that. All right. We're about to go ahead and kick off Raiders training camp. Raiders football is back, y'all. Let's go. There we go. Just win, baby. And just Raiders, baby.